on the microphone, when he's not on the microphone, he's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, this is a new one. You know, we have a space to my right that's cluttered. That's
your space.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all my space, but there's a lot of me in this space.
Chris, how much do you have over there?
I'm sure I have something.
I mean, there's some.
Oh, I got the. Oh, where's the pillow at?
The Nick Cage pillow.
Yeah.
Nick Cage pillow. Oh, it's back behind the basketball.
behind the basketball and two helmets. There's
Wow.
Kyle's book. There's Nate Littlefield's video. There's three things of bone broth. There's a couple of books. That's every sports radio place though, has like random books we get sent.
There's noodles ramen.
There's well, there's like 5 sets of headphones, including
Marsh uses those.
for what?
To do a show.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, this is for a remote broadcast, right?
I think you can plug that in, just that part.
Oh,
But it also has the mic, but he doesn't use the mic.
just headphones are $10. I mean, not good ones, but you know. Well, what happened now is, so I leave my headphones. As a matter of fact, you guys probably saw me do it yesterday. I took my headphones, I wrapped them up, I put them in a little bag, and, you know, all that. Well, somebody obviously used my headphones because they're taken out of the bag, which is gross. But they took my headphone adapter off, and it's not here now. Like they. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I can tell you by looking at it. Actually, it's not, because it's a screw in. It'll work, but like, what are we doing, man? It's everyone. You know, look, this is something I think anybody can identify with. Thank you, Chris. This is a shared workspace, so you know, share it. Be respectful. I'm gonna tell. New boss has to get in on this.
Yeah.
New boss coming in. Said goodbye to our old boss yesterday. I don't mean that like he's old. I mean, he is, but you know, that was, it's always so funny. We had a big, our engineers threw on a huge barbecue, and Jason actually works here, but he's not you, Jason,
Right.
Different Jason. I like how I told you that, like you didn't know that. Our head engineer, which actually is the head engineer, I think, for the whole company now. He heads up the barbecue team of engineers, and it's a great job they do, because you're feeding, I don't know, 50 people, whatever, a lot of people. Yeah. There was brisket and pulled pork and ribs and chicken and hot links. Yeah, it was just amazing. And as we're walking in, he pulls me aside. He goes, "Dude, I have to tell you something." I go, "What?" Like, he had a really serious look on his face. And, you know, this big thing, we're saying goodbye to our market manager of 30 years. And he goes, "Dude, I just want you to know I used a Traeger on some of this stuff. And I have to admit that to you." And he and I have been fighting for like 5 years, because he's like,
right,
I need to take my chainsaw, go in the forest, cut down the wood, you know, build my own smoker out of an oil drum. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I throw it on the Traeger.
His big thing is taking whiskey barrels and using it.
Yeah. That's his thing. It's like, great, dude, cool. I put my stuff on the Traeger. I picked the pellets. I put the probe in. I set the goal on my phone. I go watch a ball game, and when I come back, hey, it's done, and it's just as good as what you do. But so we've thought about that for years. Anyways, I appreciate him. That set the tone. I appreciate him doing that. Sorry, this had a weird sound to it, a kind of a tinny sound, this adapter. And then it was time to say goodbye. And it was a thing. Everybody ate, and then everybody did speeches and stuff. And I always am obsessed with these gatherings because, first off, there's a line going out the door when I walked in for the food, right? So at the same time, my son.
Oh, interesting.
What?
That you saw the line and then you went and got to the back of the line.
I did. Why?
Well, someone part of our organization.
Did somebody do a chat and cut?
Not a chat and cut, a cut.
Just cut right in?
Just cut right in.
Tell me about your.
No, you can say it on the air.
I can say it on the air.
Who?
Take a guess. Take a guess who always has something like this going in front of a bunch of people, especially me. Guest on the show regularly.
And without really knowing it. Seemingly.
Regular guest on the station.
Not Frankie.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Frankie Cuts.
Yep.
He was like, and then we're looking like, hey.
I mean, help me out. So,
because we're like, hey, where's Frankie at? And it's like, oh, he hasn't been here. And I see him walk through the door and just go right.
He was like about 4th in line. We were about 18th. And we're like, what are you doing?
I want everybody to visualize. So across on the far wall is the long, let's call it long tables of food.
Buffet line.
Yes, buffet line. And then the line goes, it starts at the left of the table and goes backwards. And then there's an entrance, the main entrance into that. It's in our performance lounge. If you came in, you would be about, if you just walked straight from the entrance to the line, you would be about 4th in line.
Yeah.
Right there.
Which is what he did.
So apparently he just went straight ahead and got in line without looking to his right, where the whole line went down to the other wall across the room.
Now, he says that he asked the person in front of him, is this the end of the line? And when I first questioned him on it, he said, they said yes. And as the story went on, he said, is this the end of the line? And the person said, I don't know.
Story changed.
Did at any point, why wouldn't you just look to your right?
I don't know.
And I want to look. I want to contrast this with. I too came in a few minutes late. I was stopped. I don't know if either of you guys saw this. Who was it? Somebody stopped me right about that point where Frankie was in the lines. Oh, it's Scott Navarro, our sales guy. And of course, wanted to follow up on a conversation we had 17 weeks ago in triplicate.
Baseball?
Yeah, no, it was a sales thing. Anyways, I physically said to him after like 2 minutes of conversation, I started backing away from him because I was getting nervous that the people behind me would think I was doing a chat and cut. Like, that's my nightmare, to be that person. You can't chat and cut. You can't cut in line. When my wife is in line somewhere, this is a fight we have. I could call her right now. My wife will be in line somewhere. If I show up late, I go to the back of the line. I probably should join her. I think that's a loophole, but the idea of anyone in line seeing that and going, what a douchebag. You got to be aware of that stuff, man. Those are like real life rules. You can't chat and cut. You can't cut. You can't cut lines. Come on, Frank. And that's not the first time. I mean, the pizza.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a cool thing. So anyways, the line. So in fact, our market manager's office, the door's been open for a while, and Huddersfield Town was playing its match at 11:45. This thing starts at noon, so I'm kind of multitasking. So I just went into his, they have the long couch. I just went into his office and watched the first half. That's where I was, just waiting for the line and then I went and so I got my food, right? And I turn around, and this is how it works too. And I gave you guys crap over this. So there's these round bar top type tables, and Jason and Chris Verlot and Chris Watkins and I think Frankie and maybe somebody else. Okay,
you barely could fit 4.
The cool kids, yeah, and that's
I was kind of standing on my chair, like I wasn't that comfortable.
And my choices are go sit next to salespeople who I love, but I know where the conversation is going to go, sales and small talk. The other side is all the leadership team and executives. As a matter of fact, as I went to get my food, our market manager says, hey, I saved a seat for you, which I love him, but nightmare. Can't do it. Nope, not at all. It's just going to be a Q&A with and our big bosses from Salt Lake City were out, like the president of the whole company is out, right? The CEO of the whole company and like their head attorney, leadership team. No, thank you. So I get my food and I turn around and I look. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I went back into his office and put my phone up, put my phone up on this little stand. I just watched the game. I'm just sitting there eating food. I get done. I go back in and the speeches have started. And what I always find amazing about these is that in our world.
Oh, so you missed mine.
Did you say one?
Yeah.
Dude, he cried.
No, you didn't.
No,
I was second.
our market manager cried.
Yeah.
When?
I was
yeah,
I second or third, Chris?
Second.
Yeah, I was second. I thought you were there.
I'm scarred from yesterday, so I don't believe anything you guys say.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't believe anything.
Yeah, no.
You're not getting me today.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, today would be a really bad day to be like, Dave, you have to leave. There's a fire. Because I'm probably going to burn.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, there's not. Stupid. Oh, and there's like,
Wow,
no.
you're bringing smoke in.
No.
Okay, there's not a fire.
So what's amazing about these things is that because it's all media people. What is it? And I see this with everyone, and it's true. We're talking right now to thousands of people, whatever. But you get in a room of 50 people that you work with, many of which are your friends. And there was one poor person that got up there, and obviously you'll know who I'm talking about. One poor person up there that had a great speech, but like physically couldn't hold the paper.
Yeah.
They were shaking so badly. My heart was just like, oh my God, poor thing. And got through it. But what is it?
Like, give a hand to Watkins. He did such a good job doing that.
Watkins?
Yeah.
What I always wonder is, I think part of that is the pressure of knowing that if anyone going up there to say anything, everyone or at least the perception is everybody they work with, because they're in media and are paid basically entertainers, are sitting in the back like, okay, let's see what kind of material we're getting out of this one for tomorrow. Or at least that's how my brain works.
Yeah, but I think to be fair to the group that did the speeches,
Yes.
there were, let me see, I would say 2 people that are on in front of people or performing radio, whatever, regularly.
Yeah.
The rest of the group, yeah, they're media
That's
people,
true.
but they're
That's
not.
true. That's true.
It was you and Pat.
That's true.
And you
yeah.
two were
Oh, and
very-
Scott. Wow.
Oh, and Scott. Yeah,
And
you're
Scott
right.
Marsh.
Scott, but he was comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I didn't think of it like that. They're not you. Okay, that's
but
true.
don't you also think, like right now, I don't know how many people are listening, but probably 45 million.
Yeah, probably something like, give or take.
It's completely different than if we were doing this show in front of the same group. Because of the immediate reaction, as opposed to we say whatever we say, and you're like, it just goes and disappears.
Oh
And
God, if we
did
could see
3
people's
people hear it,
reaction,
or
yeah,
3 million people hear it.
if we could see people's reactions, that would.
Yeah.
And by the way, for the record, and this is the other weird thing, I would far rather us do a live show at Golden One Center in front of 18,000 people, where we're at center court just doing our show. I would far rather do that than do a live show at Players Pub in front of 50 people. I would actually weirdly, because it's so big, it's such a huge amount of people that you
It
can't.
just gets washed out.
It gets washed out.
Yeah.
You can't absorb it. Whereas 50 people, you're like one person gets up to go take a leak, and you're like, wow, that's what I
Turn
say.
them off.
Yeah.
But you did great. Really, I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
thank you.
You
Well,
did.
that's which is funny because I think the first thing I said, because I look back at the table, I'm like, oh, Christ, these guys. This is judging hour, and I'm gonna get
No,
it.
the only thing we said was turn off your phone, because you had your phone right by the speaker, right by the microphone.
Oh, was it on?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. And it was like, it was giving not a reverb, but you could totally hear the audio. And I think I said, turn off your phone.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Did I turn it off?
You just turned it down.
Oh,
Also,
wow.
I would say of your speech, I honestly, best one of the day.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
And I would say of your probably 5 minutes, 4:59 was absolutely perfect.
What are you referring to, Chris?
The final line.
The final line, like
Made
the
it.
dismount.
I'm the guy that
Like,
walks.
people are giving ovations during this. People are laughing.
You've got everybody engaged.
I'm the guy that will walk through the room filled with mousetraps, and I get all the way
Dodged
to the
them
door perfectly,
Yeah.
and then a mosquito lands on my head, and I
Tripped.
slip on a banana peel, and I fall all over the mousetraps. Because at the end of the speech, I turned to our market manager and I said,
You
something like,
said MF.
Look at all the people around you. Look at how much they love you. Suck it in.
The best. So this is how I remember it. It was
Chris.
suck it in, brief pause, and I kind of hear Chris.
Yes, I heard.
Suck it in.
That's what I knew it was him.
And then, like the rest of the room sucked it in.
Yeah.
And then there was a laugh, and then you were kind of like,
oh God, no,
you just deflated. You're like,
take it in.
But
now that
also,
sounds weird.
It also made it really funny. It was great. You did a great job.
Held on to the hug for the extra second.
You did.
Thank you.
I was going to
Thank you.
Jason. I was like, watch.
Thank you.
I think I missed that.
No, how could you miss that?
Maybe I was still.
I hugged him at the end. He
I
hates
was
hugs.
sucking it in.
I hugged. Thank you, Chris. I hugged him at the end, and I said in his ear, on my kids' lives, I said into his ear, I know you don't like hugs, but I bet the guys that not only would I hug you, I'd hold it for an extra second. I'm holding it for 5. Literally said that to pass the time while I was holding the hug. That honestly is what I was most proud of.
That was a highlight.
We'll take a break when we come back. Anyways, happy.
But you got a little handsy.
With my talking?
No,
With
your hug.
Oh, you mean squeezing his butt? Well,
Yeah.
that's normal.
Okay.
You're cute.
That was great.
In front of the HR and the lawyer.
I know. Yeah, and then,
Lawyer had a good line.
and then the company lawyer follows.
Actually, when you said the one thing you said, which was really funny, Chris goes, "He's saying that for the lawyer," and then he came right up and like was right.
And nailed
on.
it. It's like he heard him. He's like, I got to come here and clean up.
Yeah.
I still love that PlayStation. When we come back, we'll lead it off.
More.
Kings Wizards tonight. The A's, yeah, well, they played. And the Tush Push ban has been decided kind of. Also, my favorite story of the day that has nothing to do with anything I've talked about that I've buried in our prep, and we will get to. And it's just all the things I love about everything. I'm very excited to share this with you. The show starts next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down to 23 points. Snatched De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Joe Christie applauding on the sideline will advance across the midcourt line, and then I'm assuming they will just dribble it out. The final seconds will tick away. So 17,832 delighted as the Kings, for the 11th time in the last 14 games against Washington, beat the Wizards, extend the Wizards' woes to 10 consecutive losses and 17 straight road losses. The final score is 123-100. There's Doug Christie, since taking over the Kings as the interim head coach, is now 9-2.
Woo! Wow.
Those are the best of times.
Celebrate good times.
Come on.
Just the beginning.
Yeah.
Just the beginning. Well, hey, on a season with a lot of lowlights and some highlights, you have a chance tonight to sweep the Wiz.
Yep.
Sweep them.
Everybody beats the Wiz.
Everybody beats the Wiz. That's a great reference. 4 p.m. Is your tip-off. Remember, early tip-off right here on Sacktown Sports. 4 p.m. today, 4 p.m. Friday in Charlotte, 3 on Sunday in Cleveland. You love that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 p.m. Monday.
Yeah, Detroit, back-to-back.
Wait a minute. I'm trying to think. Is Monday the national championship or Tuesday?
Monday.
Oof. Woof. Woof. Well, that should work out okay. Yeah. I'll be right. Anyways, Kings Wizards tonight. Old friend Jordan Poole. I don't know. I'm looking for storylines.
Close personal friend.
Super close personal friend. Old friend Rashawn Holmes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Old friend Rashawn Holmes.
I'll take that.
Bub Carrington. Hate him. I mean, not even sports hate. I personally hate.
Valanciunas revenge game.
Oh, huge. Huge.
The Chun revenge.
The Chun revenge game, and also playing a team with maybe my favorite name in the whole NBA, JT Thor. JT Thor
You're a
is
Thor guy?
Oh, huge. JT Thor that's a wrestler name. That's just such a great name. And maybe he's averaging 3 points and 2 boards, but it's a powerful 3.
If JT Thor plays, there's a ref named JT Orr.
Oh, JT Orr calls a foul on JT Thor.
Yeah.
Wow. See,
there's got to be a JT Moore.
There has to be. And if one of those guys if that happens tonight, you're going to feel really weird before you hop on the call. If you know that Mark Orr is reffing this game and JT Thor gets in the game, that'll be in your head.
Mark Orr.
What'd you say his name? Oh, JT Orr.
Yeah.
You just said that to me. Yeah. And then 4:00 tonight. Kings need to win. I don't care. I don't care who they're playing.
Yep.
I don't care who they're playing. Get the win. Don't screw it up. Step on the necks. Let's get wire to wire. I don't even care about wire to wire. Let's just get quarter to quarter.
Wait, there's some people out there that want them to lose.
That's a great point. And if
you yucking some yums?
No, I don't want to. It doesn't. Whatever I say is going to yuck a yum. Yes, you know what? You're right. I instinctively want to say win the game.
I do.
But also at this point, it's like, and we'll talk about this in 3 for Madness. I don't think it matters.
Phoenix is just like, do it. We're trying to not get there. Can you just win a game or two to bury us?
I like how you slipped kind of into like an 8-year-old whine. Just do it. God.
Stop being mean.
You're touching me. Yeah, Phoenix.
Dad.
Phoenix is exactly how I described them.
Yeah, say it.
Yeah, they're Phoenix is I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
Wrestling on the ground, out to short. Swanson will pick it up, step on second, throw to first. Ball game, and the Cubs win it.
And the Cubs have taken the first 2 games of this 3-game series.
Hey, well, a lot of offense there.
Yeah.
Last first 2 games, and gee, it's not even summer and dry yet. Oh my God, that's going to be a bandbox. It'll be like 50 home runs a game. That sucker. Which okay, this is as long as many of them are from the A's, that'll be fine. Did you get suckered in like I did yesterday for a moment by PTI? I saw a clip rolling. I didn't see the show, but I saw Michael Wilbon saying that there is a report that baseball is strongly considering banning torpedo bats, like right now, like this. And I didn't even bother. I was just like, oh God, here we go. We talked about it. And then I found out like 2 hours later, it was their April Fools. Come on.
That's a good one.
It actually was a good one. They pulled it off really well because it was the best lies are believable.
Well, and so I don't know if this is a deep cut for some. So you used to watch This Week in Baseball.
Oh, 100%.
So I don't know how old I was, but I was definitely a kid, and in the kid range of 6 to 10 probably, and watching This Week in Baseball to open the season. And the whole, like one of their big reports was, and you can just hear, it was like a reporter saying, well, this is going to be a new sound you're going to hear at the baseball parks this year. Ping, ping, ping. And it was people hitting with aluminum bats. And they're adding aluminum bats to baseball. And I'm like, and I didn't really know what the difference was as a kid. But I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And then some people are like, it's going to be so scary when Darryl Strawberry's up there with an aluminum bat. And I'm like, wow. And they did a whole April Fool's joke. And I went, oh.
Gotcha, though.
Totally did.
I want to say there was Greg Jeffries on the cover? There was a Sports Illustrated front cover that was talking about something about the death of the wooden bat is coming. But they were legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that never happened.
Okay. Well, maybe it's a slow death.
Before we go to break, can I say something that is incredibly political, but it's also 100% not political? It'll make sense in a second. So please, nobody trigger out there. I don't care about why or what. I'm just talking about the event itself. Did you hear what Cory Booker did yesterday?
I heard. I don't.
Holy crap.
How long did he go?
I got it. 24 hours and 18 minutes of a floor speech, not a filibuster, a floor speech. He cannot.
Are you serious?
24 hours.
So I saw it was like a record, but I mean, in my mind, I was like, what is a record? Like 30 minutes?
It's
24 hours?
Yes. The old, well, it's just, actually, he broke the record of Strom Thurmond in 24 hours and 18 minutes in 1957. Not possible to determine exactly how long. Okay, I got you. So it was over 24 hours and 18 minutes, is basically what they're saying. But I hear,
Straight?
Dude, he cannot sit. He can't leave the floor. Are you ready for the craziest? He can't use the bathroom because he can't leave the floor. I think he can drink water.
Yeah, but that's also troublesome.
Because you can't use the bathroom. You're standing and talking for 24 hours and 18 minutes without sitting, without sleeping, without going pee, without doing whatever.
Well, let's note that and add him to a summer guest list.
Holy mo! Right, exactly.
We'd like to welcome into the show, Dave. Let's go play golf.
I honestly, we'll bring on Cory Booker, Eric Hasseltine, a couple others.
Yeah, we get the week off.
And we're done.
Yeah.
Just saying, it made me think, and again, please no, but just, I'm talking about just the ability. I don't care who political party.
Engaging.
I'm sure. Yeah, he was probably going over recipes for Triscuits at one point. I wonder what the record is. Like, I know that's the record for the Senate. I wonder if there's a Guinness Book of World Records for just longest time speaking.
I mean, some records you're like, that'd be fun to try to break. Like, no, not even remotely interested.
Well, it seems, we're going to take a break here, but 3.5 hours left of the show seems long.
Yeah.
24 hours, dude. Wow. We'll take a break. When we come back, A's fall to the Cubs again. We've got audio and my favorite story. We'll get to it next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Get in on the action at Sky River Casino. With over 80 table games, the hottest slot machines, and a thrilling high-limit room, you'll enjoy a casino experience on a whole new level. Just minutes from Sacramento, right off Highway 99 in Elk Grove. Join in the fun. Sky's the limit at Sky River Casino. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home with a 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Back-to-back home runs in the first from Bush and Swanson. That is hammered center field. Bourdais going back, turning, looking way out of here. Off the batter's eye. A titanic shot to center for Seiya Suzuki, and just like that, 3-0 Cubs. The bats stay hot. JD, it is 403 to dead center field, and that had to be more than midway up the batter's eye.
Hats for bats, keep bats warm. Mm-hmm. Well, it's working. The Chicago Cubs beat the A's. Hey, wasn't as bad as it was the day before yesterday, but woof. At least the A's got a little bit of offense in that first inning to make it close.
Sends one into the night, and Brent Rooker homer! Light up the sky! Brent Rooker homer number 2, and it's 3-2 in the first.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from this green and gold offense. Lawrence Butler leading things off, finding his way on base. And you know what comes behind him. There's some thump there.
As we see the Lakers on, it's kind of an inside joke. Lakers are always on ESPN every day. Did you happen to see any of the game yesterday?
I saw all of it.
Oh, you did?
I was in attendance.
I'm
at one.
I should have said the broadcaster, but you were there. You were there.
I was at the game. It was fantastic.
Okay, so what you didn't see, and then we got to get into this. Yeah. What you didn't see was Jenny Kavner and Dallas did a huge homage. Like the camera was basically focused on him for most of the half inning on Johnny Dasco. And
that's cool.
It was so cool. And they went over Ken Korak was right next to him. They're both calling the game. and they talked about how Ken handed him the whole thing, like the story he told yesterday. And she said to Dallas at one point, this got to be one of those places where if you're around Johnny, you're getting a lot more he's getting a lot more autograph requests than you. And Dallas was like, oh my God, I've gotten really good at holding the camera, taking pictures and all that. He's royalty around here. And they just did a whole, spent the half inning just giving him so much love and praise and echoing a lot of the things he talked about in the interview yesterday.
That was great. I really loved that yesterday.
It was so awesome. Yeah. That's one of my favorite interviews of the year, to be honest. I don't know if you DVR, if you have all the games DVR, but if you get a chance, check it out. So you were there. So
I was there.
I will tell you this. So Matt George sent out a pick in the first and a pick in the third. And these are, of course, sometimes out of context, but I always want to see one during a game, and it did look like there were a lot more empty seats, still relatively full. But did you see that? And did it look like there were some empty seats?
Well, it looked jam packed on Monday, from
totally.
TV, so I wasn't there. Yesterday, you could see them, but it wasn't like as the game went on. Plus, it just also felt like there were just people milling around.
Okay.
So it's like, are people? But I mean, I forget what they said the attendance was. It was less for sure.
Sure.
And I would guess, this is a guess. I bet that's going to be the coldest game all year.
Yeah, so speaking of Lawrence Butler in one of the highlights, he had like one of those ski masks on. Like, was it that cold? Windy?
Cold walking in and walking out, but like when you were in, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I mean, I had sweatshirt, big jacket, skull cap. I mean, I was bundled.
Maybe it's different also on the field.
I will say this: if you want to go to today's game, $33 in section 101.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, that's not bad.
Really cool though.
So you've been to River Cats games before?
Yep.
Okay. Any obvious other than obviously the scoreboard and the A stuff and all that, but what was the biggest palpable difference?
I mean, just how many people were there, I guess. Like to me, so it felt like packed in a sense of I honestly, I don't know the last time. I bet I went to a River Cats game about 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
And I'd gone to more before that, but it just doesn't seem like it's been as crowded to me. So this one, though, just there were a good amount of Cubs fans, A's fans, and just the amount of people I ran into, which was funny to me. Like, just quite a few that I'm like, oh, you're at the game. You're at the game.
Gotcha.
Just because I don't go to many games as a fan.
Right.
I mean, I work Kings games, work Sac State games. And so for me, it was just fun to be there and relaxed and watch the game. And then that home run by Suzuki it was a line shot. And you're like, I know it's like a bigger, but like that was annihilated.
Sure. Yeah. The ball seems to be flying a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean, it's been fun. Good offense. The A's bounced back a couple different times. And it's beautiful. The park looks great.
Okay, so last question, and we'll talk about this later. I didn't know you were at the game. This is awesome. Watching on TV, I found myself wondering: is it really that cold there, or is it weirdly cold for here? And understandably, a lot of fans were not prepared for that cold.
Probably closer to that.
I feel like because I feel like they're playing in Colorado and St. Louis. A lot of these other where it's actually in the 30s. I'm like, it's not in the 30s,
right?
What was it, in the low 50s?
Yeah, and there'd be some nights here, especially, the difference we all know from here to San Francisco. And like, I'd watch a Giants game, I'm like, why they're all wearing so many clothes?
In July.
Yeah. And then you're like, well, it's just different there. And so here it wasn't brutal, but it was cold.
Like an old Candlestick Day, maybe.
Yeah, it's probably warmer than that.
A little warmer than that. What was that, Mark Twain? The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Yes. We got 1 minute left. That's fine with this other story I want to get to. I can push that until we have a second. I do want to say before we go, knew it was hadn't been doing well, and everybody knew that, but woke up this morning. I just want to take a minute. I love Val Kilmer as an actor.
I'm with you.
We lost him last night. Love. He was such a huge part of our generation's child. I mean, Real Genius is one of my favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen Real Genius, it's just a campy little stupid, silly, but funny movie when Val was just getting started. And you could go through a ton of Val Kilmer movies. But
we all watched one together last year.
You what?
We all watched one together last year.
We did.
What did we watch together?
Chris's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
MacGruber.
That's right.
Let's go pound. Hello. Great character name.
I forgot about that. All right. Well, look. Other than his star turn in MacGruber,
Real Secret, or no,
Top Secret.
That was great.
The greatest scene of all time, the volleyball scene in Top Gun. So he was funny and Real Genius. He was cool as hell as Iceman.
Yeah.
For me, I have never seen somebody steal a movie. Never seen somebody steal a movie. When you're on stage with Kurt Russell, with Sam Elliott, Powers Booth, just a ton of phenomenal actors. Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday in Tombstone. That was a tough year for the Oscars, but you just can't act a role better than that. And the guy that I feel bad for the most is Dennis Quaid, because he had to try to pull that crap off. Remember, there was the Wyatt Earp movie. And it's like, yeah, bro, you did a good job, but you can't touch Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday. He was awesome, and I know he had some health problems. It sucks, but we lost a good one. So shouts to his shout out to his family. That phrase is ruined forever for me. We'll take a break. When we come back, safe or out, we'll start the NL West next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter, right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports injury update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Zach Geloff underwent surgery to repair his right hand, and he's likely to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Second base duties will be a battle between Max Schumann and Max Muncy. Brady Basso and his left shoulder strain continues to go through a throwing program, and the A's are hopeful that he can begin pitching in minor league games shortly after the start of the regular season. On the court, Malik Monk makes his return from illness as the Kings push to make the play-in. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
Lowe's knows that your business is built on speed and trust. That's why the Lowe's Pro Desk is here to get you what you need the moment you need it. We'll help you plan your project, calculate your materials, and pivot when your job takes an unexpected turn. And with our pro-only checkout and dedicated pro parking, you have what you need to tackle your job and be back on the job in no time. Just visit us at the Pro Desk. Lowe's knows pros. We help. You save.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Since the launch of the World Handicap System, a golfer's handicap index has been automatically calculated by taking their 8 best score differentials from their most recent 20 rounds. According to Golf Monthly Newsletter, that handicap is not designed to reflect average scores, but how likely you'll play on a course of average difficulty. Handicaps are generally split into 3 different groups: low, mid, and high. A recent report by the USGA showed that the average handicap index for a male is 14.2 and 28.7 for a female. A golfer with a handicap of 1 to 9 is considered to have a low handicap. A handicap of 10 to 19 is generally thought to be a mid-handicapper, and a higher handicap golfer is 20 and above. Nearly 50% of males are mid-handicappers, with 30% carrying low handicaps, and under 20% of female golfers are in the low and mid-handicap groups. Carry your handicap proudly and play on. It's supposed to be fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
All righty-o. It's a Katie Wednesday, live from our nation's capital. Well, probably somewhere outside it, Georgetown.
Oh, my gosh. You're just lame.
Potomac Mills, Virginia.
Wherever they were last night, G-Man posted a picture from Georgetown.
God, I love his food. I love his. What was
like
the one?
Lobster ravioli or something?
Yeah, and then what did he do in Indiana? It was like a pizza.
No, in Indiana, it's like some like huge tenderloin or something like that.
Because I always thought Indiana, he would go like, he always has like a chili cheese dog, but not this time.
No, I'm telling you, there was a damn pizza on this trip. And
definitely know that's Boston. That was before, but
yeah,
not that there aren't other pizza places.
And no, in Indiana, oh my God, in Indiana, it was a burger with a huge cheese skirt and some onion rings.
Yeah, that's like I think it's like a tenderloin. I think that's what Indiana is known for.
Is that? Yeah, but I'm looking at the picture. That's a tenderloin?
I think so. I don't know what it's called. Because my friend in Indiana sent me that because I was like,
because he says it's a Hoosier tradition like no other. So maybe that's what it is. It looks, if it's meat, it looks like what is that? The germs, not spats.
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel. Thank you. Here we go. He's in Orlando. Ordered a small pizza tonight in Orlando and got this monster maxed out on 3 slices. Mercy.
Is that like a garlic knot on top of the pizza?
It looks like there are 4. Yeah, right. It looks like there's 4 garlic knots on top of a sausage pizza. Yeah, no one's making out with G-Man that night.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yourself.
Maybe Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey Mouse is there in Orlando. Safer out. Question 1.
The National League West is now 21-6. Is this the best division in baseball?
It is right now, and I think honestly, it's again, we're like 12 seconds into the season, so of course this is a little funny, but the AL East is always really good. Lately, you've got, who's right now the worst team is the Boston Red Sox at 1-4. Yeah, they're going to be good. The Orioles are I tend to still kind of side with the AL East, but dude, the Dodgers are 7-0. The Padres are 6-0. The Giants are like, dude, we're 4-1. We're 2 back. Come on. And then the Diamondbacks have been, they were in the World Series 2 years ago. They're 3-2. And then the Rockies are like, we got cores. They're just there. And you got a combined run differential for the top 4 teams of 62 runs already, and most of them played an average of 5 or 6 games. They're really good. I'm really curious if this is sustainable for the Giants. They're definitely going to be better than they were last year, but 4-1 is a pretty damn good start.
Yeah, I was watching some of the Diamondbacks-Yankees game yesterday, and they were talking about, imagine being Arizona, where I think they won 85 games last year in the World Series the year before, or whatever, got to the World Series, and they said, they're already probably going, can we get the wild card? Just because of what the Dodgers have and really the Padres. And then the Giants are, like you said, off to a good start. But, I think it's that division. That division's really good with the exception of Colorado.
The Padres are 6-0 with a league leading, despite not having played as many games as the Dodgers, for example, with a league leading plus 22 run differential, and they're a half game out of first in their own division. It's a hell of a good start, though, for the NL West. Number 2, please.
Baseball's average salary is now over $5 million. The NBA is around 11, while football is just under 4. Is this about right?
I think it is. And just when you kind of divide it up. So the NBA is a little over twice as much as baseball when it comes to the average salary. Baseball also has twice as many roster spots. And then when you look at football, it's almost twice as many as baseball on the roster. Now, granted, that money is not shifted around equally, but when you look at the numbers, they're actually remarkably close. Football probably per roster spot is a little more than the others, but I think that's about right. I also think, look, I've said this before, Speaking of Sports Illustrated covers, there was one in my old bedroom at my parents' house with Ricky Henderson, the late great, on the front cover. The headline was "The $3 Million Man" because he'd signed a $3 million deal. And oh my God, remember John Koncak?
Mm-hmm.
Remember how it was John Contract? We're talking about the old journeyman with the Hawks, and I think he signed like a $6 million deal or something stupid and rocked the sports world. It's the average salary in baseball now.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the sports, like you go to the top of the top individually, like there's $50 million quarterbacks.
Yes.
We're getting NBA players 50, close to 60. Baseball players like Shohei and Soda, like they all kind of live at the top. And so it's weird that each sport's a little bit different with their nuance and contracts. The one for baseball that still gets me is just the 10 to 12-year contracts. I just think that's crazy. But we've seen them, and those guys get paid a ton.
Yeah, and you always go, well, that's going to stop at some point.
Yeah.
And it never stops at any point. I mean, in our lifetime, I mean, within the next 5-10 years, we're going to see $1 billion player, probably the next 5.
Yeah, the scale keeps moving.
And then we're going to see again in the next 5+ years, we're going to probably see our first $100 million a year NBA player. But at what point, like when our kids are our age, are we going to be looking at like, Victor Wembanyama III is just signed a $250 million a year contract.
Right. Remember when his grandpa made $100 million? Like, that's nothing.
John Koncak, by the way, was 26 years old. He signed a 6-year deal with the Hawks for an astonishing $13.1 million. We all know that NBA superstars make big money. Subconsciously, we may even want them to make huge amounts. Magic Johnson's making $3 million this season. Larry Bird, 2.7. Michael Jordan, 2.5. We can deal with them making bundles of cash, but what are we to think of when John Contract, a hardworking, ordinary NBA player, just signed a deal that will be paying him somewhere in the neighborhood of $2.5 million a year? Oh my God, $2.5 million. That article is from. Oh, hell, I don't know, but it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Number 3.
The Dodgers remain undefeated. Jason, have you changed your mind on them going 162-0?
It's a fair question.
It is fair because they're still there.
It's a fair
they're still
question.
Tracking. I have not changed my mind on 162-0.
Okay.
But, okay, now we're going to go back to our baseball memories, Dave. What was the year when the Tigers were
Oh, it's 1984.
30 and
was it 31-4?
Okay, that's doable.
I think
something like that's what I'm kind of remembering is something like that and 4. Yeah. So, yeah, they could do something like that.
35-5.
Wow.
35-5, and they beat Goose Gossage's Padres in the World Series, I believe.
Greg Nettles, Padres.
Sorry, apologies. That was Sparky Anderson.
Yeah.
And those, Kurt Gibson was on that team. Yeah, that's right. Jack Morris. Oof. Yeah. I'm thinking because I think you're right. I think there is something in the offing like that for the time. There's just no weaknesses.
Yeah.
There's just no damn.
It's
weaknesses.
baseball. You lose games,
yeah,
but
you will.
They're going to be spectacular.
Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves are 0-6.
But look, I mean, not that at some point they played the Dodgers and the Padres.
Yeah. They're
like, can we play our own division?
Yeah, they're feeling it right now. From the text line as we go to break, 916 there. Or excuse me, from the 209 on Val Kilmer. Remember how popular I'm Your Huckleberry was back then? Everyone was quoting that. Also his role in Heat, awesome actor. Yes, Heat was another great one. I'm glad that the reason why that text caught my eye is this. Everybody was quoting it wrong. That's everybody was quoting that wrong. The handles on the sides of a coffin are known as huckles. When somebody would be on, when you'd have the group of people on either side of a coffin holding onto the handle, they were known as huckle bearers. That was a term back then. The line was actually, and I think, if I get this right, I think they actually made this mistake or adopted it in the script differently. But it's the line back in that time period was I'm your huckle bearer, as in I'll be the guy helping carry your casket to your grave. And they turned it into I'm your huckleberry, which really doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you be somebody's huckleberry?
Dork.
Yeah. Wait, which part of that is dork that I know that or dork that Huckleberry? Oh, okay. Cliff Clavin, dude, my favorite guy on Cheers. Worthless info. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings whiz tonight. Standing. Okay, that sounds weird.
Well, they might.
They probably will. Kings take on the Wizards tonight. We have standings watch. And also, I want to try to get to the story I love so much. We'll get to that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, huh?
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/sports. Ethos.com/sports.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. 85-cent Blizzard treats. Trust us when we say you're not. But get to DQ quickly, because this dream is only a reality for so long. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. For a limited time at participating locations. Terms apply.
Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older. have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiaJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at prestigiojewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
Hey, what's up, Sacramento? It's Kyle Draper. Turn up the cleanliness at your restaurant, healthcare, or industrial business with Alsco Uniforms, the official sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. We've got you covered with crisp uniforms, hygienically clean linens, floor mats, and, of course, mops delivered weekly. But that's not all. Alsco Uniforms also offers weekly services for first aid and restroom supplies. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Just go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's ALSCO.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, I want to have a little bit of fun in this segment. Part of it is celebrating the actor Val Kilmer, who passed away, I believe, overnight, yesterday or overnight.
Yeah, I think it was last
night. Jennifer Tilly weighs in, the actress. One of the movies we didn't mention was The Doors, where he played Jim Morrison and sang the songs on the soundtrack. A long time ago, I was auditioning for the movie The Doors. It was kind of a cattle call. They paired together potential Jims with potential Pamelas. That's Jim Morrison's wife. And they were running behind, so we were spilling out of the casting office, sitting on the porch of the lawn in the driveway. All of a sudden, a 60s convertible came screeching up, blaring Doors music at top volume. And a guy jumped out and strode inside. He had wild hair. He was barefoot, shirtless, wearing nothing but a pair of tight leather pants. We all looked at each other like, who is this guy? We were more than a little shook by the sheer audacity of his entrance. Well, of course, it was Val Kilmer, and from that minute on, nobody stood a chance. R.I.P. Val. That's pretty cool. This looks like it's from a Reddit AMA, Ask Me Anything. Somebody asked Val, what was your experience like working on Heat, the great Michael Mann movie? He says, well, imagine being able to say Al and Bob for the rest of your life. Not many people can do that. Of course, he's referring to Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I've seen Bob giggling like a schoolgirl in a van in the middle of the night because we have to be quiet because they're filming outside. I've been hugged by Al Pacino in the middle of downtown Los Angeles like he was my older brother. I have shot live rounds from high-powered assault weapons over Bob's head while rehearsing lines from our film. I got to kiss Ashley Judd. I sometimes lived at Michael Mann's house. I'm in one of the greatest cops and robbers films in film history. Has to be in the top 20. I'm on the poster, for goodness sake. What an honor. Priceless experience watching all the actors do their thing. We all work hard, but when you're with the icons, you really get squared away. Loved every minute of it.
That's cool.
How cool is that?
He became friends with Will Forte from MacGruber, my favorite movie. And there's the story that Will Forte said that he's just like, hey, anything you need, if you want to come to LA or something like that, you can stay at my place. He's like, I'm actually looking for a house. Can I stay there for a little bit? He's like, yeah, no problem. Just make yourself at home. And he said, Will Forte thought it was going to be a couple days. He's like, it turned out like 2.5 months. He was living, but he was like, it wasn't one of those things like overstaying his welcome. He's just like, oh man, he was amazing.
How
He stayed
great
to
is that?
himself when he wanted to. He came out and hung out when he wanted to. It was fantastic.
How great is that? Hey, Val Kilmer staying with me. That's great. Awesome. All right. I'm getting to this. Why am I about to talk on the flagship of the Sacramento Kings? Why am I about to talk about Coastal Carolina University? Why could I possibly be talking about Coastal Carolina University? I'm going to play their tweet from yesterday. Let's see if you can pick it up here.
What's up, boss? Hey, how's it going? Good. What's the damage? Free. Free. Well, what about for this? Free as well. Free. All of it free. You want some nachos? Yeah. Free too. All free. All free. Free. Can I get 50 of these? Yeah. Free. Free. What about a drink? All of it. Free. Free. Have 2 drinks. Drinks? Whew. And all a hot free? Dog. Yeah. Hot dog's free too? All free. There you go. Free. Free. Sweet.
That's right, Till Nation. This fall in Brooks Stadium, every fan, every game, always free. Free concessions, popcorn, nachos, hot dog, fountain drinks, and water for every fan this fall. Come out to Brooks Stadium, get your tickets now, and cheer on the Shots. Go Shots.
I mean, we're here. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. You heard that right. Coastal Carolina football games in the stadium. You buy your ticket, free food. Now, they will have other vendors that are selling other things that will cost money. There's, you want to get a steak burrito or something, you're going to pay for it. Hot dogs, water, popcorn, nachos, fountain sodas, free. And
free?
Free. Yeah, that's right.
How about 50 of them?
Free. There's no limit. I think the only caveat is you can take 4 items per vendor visit. Okay, but you can come back for seconds or thirds or tenths. And it's fascinating to me. I've had this conversation before about, and they dove into the numbers. They said it's going to cost them, they're estimating to do that, somewhere around $1.2 million, right? But they're hoping, and I think they're right, it's going to offset in 2 major ways. One, you're going to get more tickets sold. It's huge. I mean, we're talking about Coastal Carolina University in Sacramento right now. It's going to be huge. Their ticket sales are going to go up. So that's number one way to offset
Which
that.
they can mark up a little bit,
They
right?
can absolutely mark
And
it up.
that's something I would have no problem paying extra for.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even mind if, like, hey, you get a wristband and this gets you that.
Absolutely. On top of that, with that extra ticket, that's extra parking. That's now you've saved all this money. Hey, I sure would love that Coastal Carolina jacket or hoodie or whatever the hell, in which margins on those, trust me, I know this now. The margins on the shop stuff are huge.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, we didn't spend any money on food, so we got that extra $30 and let's go get that shirt, hat,
absolutely,
whatever, sweatshirt, jacket.
It's actually good of, man, money's a little tight this weekend. What am I going to do? How about I go to the football game?
How do I go to the football game and don't eat for the rest of the day and just gorge myself? And
every single person on this planet loves something free.
Everybody does, even if it's the, they always say like, right now, buy this vehicle and you get a free tire scrub. And it's like, no, I bought the vehicle.
I want
the scrub, but yeah, it's a $50,000 vehicle and you're giving me a $50 scrub, but give it to me. Yeah. And on top of that, of which I actually think they're either going to break even or make a little bit just off of those 2 things. But on top of that, you're getting something that's probably even more priceless. The PR for not only your team, and in this case, the university, but your fans now feel valued. They're thinking, wow, this is, what we are really, and for them to be really the first to do this, we've seen this trend. We've seen it started really in Atlanta, where at the Falcons games, I think at the Hawks games, they have like, dollar.
Cheaper,
it's just cheaper. And there's it's like when the Masters with their $1.50 pimento sandwich and all that. But now we've seen it. Don't the Dodgers have, somebody has a section where it's all you can eat?
Dodgers outfield was. Yeah.
Well, the Suns just did it where they dropped prices.
Matt Ishbia did that there. And I think this is a trend. I'd really love to sit down with the bean counters with the Kings, for example, and say, guys, what do you bring in these 5 items a year? X, Y, Z. The problem is, and I'm not trying to step in front of the Kings franchise here. I guess I would say this. I don't know what the incentive is for them in the sense that they sell out every single game pretty much. There's a demand, et cetera, et cetera. But man, especially for maybe more middle of the road teams that don't have sold out attendance every night. What a cool thing I think a lot of people are going to be watching this Coastal Carolina thing.
But then here's my thing. You don't have to make money off of everything. There is, I think, investing on making your fans happy to where they gladly hand over their money.
I don't look, all of yours and my arguments aside about a lot of this stuff. I don't disagree with you because I think there's so for me, I work pretty binary in that world where I'm looking at P&Ls and all that crap. And you oftentimes will lead with your heart, but I think they intersect here because what you're saying is, and the value you get out of the giving the, whether it's real or perceived value to the fan base can in fact translate to the bottom line.
Like being seen as a fan instead of being seen as a number.
That's exactly right. Being seen as a fan or a supporter as opposed to a customer or, as you said, a number. You're exactly right. So there are ways where whether it's real or perceived, you said it earlier. Okay, well let's say, we'll just use the Kings. We'll say the Kings make $5 million a year, whatever, off of hot dogs and all that stuff. Okay, is there a way to bake that into a couple of other things, your natural season ticket increase, other concessions, whatever, to where you can do something like this and the PR and you're not losing? Because this just needs to break even.
Yeah.
They don't need to make money. They just need to break even on this thing, and it's a phenomenal success. I'd love to see something like the River Cats, for example. Love to see something like that out there. I love it. I applaud Coastal Carolina. That's fantastic. I'd love to see that catch on. We'll take a break. We'll get to Kings Wiz and standings watch and all that stuff a little bit later. We'll have plenty of time for that. Remember, Katie's going to join us at 9 a.m. In the meantime, 3 for Madness coming up. Just a 1-minute break. That's next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Bear with. Sorry, just give me a second. What was that? 767 2676. Yeah, I don't have to dial 9 on this, right? Let's see. 714. Will he pick up?
Hello?
Hey, you're on the air, Dad. Sorry. I know how much you love it, but hey, happy birthday.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, happy birthday.
That was Jason.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you
Yeah.
turn down the TV,
Actually,
Dad?
turn it up.
Are you awake? You sound half awake.
I'm half awake.
Okay.
Turn down the TV. I'm trying.
Yeah? Okay. I know you got the show on.
Yeah.
Well, good morning. Happy birthday. I'll see you tonight.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sorry I wasn't more entertaining, but kind of a slow night.
Hey, you've been plenty entertaining, Dad. I love you. Happy birthday. I'll see you and Mom tonight with the kiddos, okay?
I love you too.
I love you too. Tell Mom I love her too. I'll see you tonight, Daddy.
All right, bye.
Happy birthday. I like how the second time it was playing on the screen, I think you said turn down your, he heard it the second time. He was like, I'm trying.
So here's exactly what happened. They're both in bed right now. They have those adjustable mattresses. They're both probably, moved up in a reclining position. And I'll bet you anything, my mom probably had the remote. And so when my dad answered, she realized it was me and it was on the air. She probably turned it up because she couldn't hear over my dad. And then I'm telling my dad to turn it down, and he was doing everything to get, Jesus Christ, your mother's got the goddamn remote. Love you, Dad. That was very entertaining.
Happy birthday.
See you tonight.
I don't think that could have gone any better.
That could not have gone any better. Safer out was earlier. 3 for badness. Question 1.
Last night, Nikola Jokic had the third 60-point triple-double in NBA history. Jason, why do you hate him and think he's not the MVP?
Wow, a lot of picking on you today from the questions.
Because they lost.
Oh, my goodness. No.
Fraud. No, I mean, he's incredible. What a game. There was many big games. But here's one for you, just to counter with another stat.
Sure.
OKC.
Yeah.
And their wins by 10 points or more this year would be the 2 seed in the West.
Is that
just their wins by double digits? 49 of them. Same amount as Denver. Just wins by double digits.
That is BANANAS.
They have the largest margin of victory in the history of the league.
That's insane. 49 double digit. Wow. That is a stat of the day. They're going to break 50.
Yeah.
They're going to have a 50-win year of just double-digit wins.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean,
wow.
I don't think it's voter fatigue. I honestly think, I mean, both of these guys are doing things that you just go, you can't even really explain.
I know this sound. I know you'll love this. I know you're going to love this. Would you be okay with a Jason Kidd Grant Hill situation?
Yeah, actually, I would in this case. Yeah, I would love that. That's fine.
We're talking about they tied for Rookie of the Year once upon a time. By the way, maybe the game of the year. Certainly up there, and this is how it ended.
Conley to Anthony Edwards. Gordon is there, and he threw it away. It's a turnover. 2-on-1. Brown, Westbrook. No. Rebound Alexander Walker. Final seconds. Here we go. Conley the other way. Edwards looks at the clock. Drives. Feeds. Forwards. They got a foul. They got a foul on the three-point shot. It's a foul on the three-point shot.
Couple of things. Number 1, Kevin Harlan is so awesome.
Yeah.
Number 2, if you heard that, if you were able to get that, Russell Westbrook smokes a layup. They're up. Nuggets are at home up 1. He smokes the layup, then comes back into the screen to foul, speaking of Shea, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, his cousin, on the three-pointer. Russ Westbrook, to finish this game, by the way, just reading what's in front of me. They were down 138-137 with 20 seconds left. Russ misses a foul shot. Leading 139-138, Russ blows the layup. Leading 139-138 with 1/10 left, he fouls the three-point shooter. Not a great end of the game for Russ. Also, I don't think that was a foul. When you go back and look, that shot was long gone by the time. And I don't think it was a landing area thing. They called him on the arm. But, like, really? Are we doing that?
They did.
They did.
Yeah.
And Minnesota, but that is the third 60-point triple-double in NBA history.
Ridiculous.
And the second 60-point game of the NBA season. You remember the first?
I do.
Okay.
I was there to see it first.
Number two.
Question 2.
The Suns are now 1.5 games behind the Kings with 7 to go. Is the race for the 10th seed all but over?
Never say never with this team. With that being said, in any normal situation, they're 1.5 back. They do play each other final game of the year. Here's what Phoenix has remaining. You went over this yesterday, Jason. At Boston, at the Knicks, home Golden State, home OKC, home San Antonio, at Sacramento. It is almost impossible for me to see more than 2 wins there, and that's including at Sacramento. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and giving them at Sacramento. Okay, well, Sacramento's remaining games, at Washington, at Charlotte, at Cleveland, at Detroit, home Denver, home LA, home Phoenix. Let's just say Sacramento wins 2.
It's over.
Just the Washington Charlotte games.
They'd have 38 wins. Phoenix would have 37.
And it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if Phoenix won that last. Tiebreaker wouldn't matter. So barring something just stupid and silly, which that could be the theme to this season.
Yeah.
It should be effectively over. And now it's, will they host Dallas or will they go on the road to Dallas?
Yeah, and that stupid or silly you're talking about is losing tonight to the Wizards.
Yes.
Which, of course, it's the league can happen. Losing maybe to Charlotte.
Yep.
And or Phoenix going into Boston or beating the Warriors or beating the Thunder. Again, things that are possible, but things that probably would not be predicted. So, yeah, it just feels like the more and more Phoenix loses, it's 4 in a row.
Yes.
I think less desire to bring Kevin Durant back. He's still, another 5 days away, I think, from being reevaluated. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's looking good-ish, I guess, for the Kings. It's not like they're thriving.
Right.
But I think they're going to get in by just because of others have failed as well.
I know a lot of people in this town, from both a fan and a business standpoint, are rooting for that home game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money involved there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, please.
Question 3.
Kings versus Wizards. Who is favored and by how much?
All right. 4 p.m. right here on Sacktown Sports. Kings Wizards. Chris, you lead it off. Who's favored and by how much?
Kings by 6.5.
On my head, I had 7.5, so Kings by 7.5.
Mm-hmm. More.
9.5?
11.5.
No. 12.5?
The Kings are favored by 12.5 against the Wizards tonight.
Wow. Feel good about that one? You can tell your buddy? I mean, it's obviously...
I'm already picturing the Kings rewind now, and the Kings lose by 17.
The problem with my buddy right now, you know where my buddy's at when it comes to the Kings season? He's taken such a loss on the Kings this year, more than any other year ever, that he's now trying to fight off the urge to look at a game like this and go, I'm going to take the entirety of my yearly losses and put it on this game.
Not to do it.
Just to even things out. Which is
way,
the
though?
Huh?
Which way?
Well, that's the thing. You would think, maybe one might think that's an awfully big line. Wizards are coming off a win in Brooklyn or somewhere. I don't know where the hell they didn't they just? No, that was Brooklyn that won. Sorry.
Dallas. Yeah.
Let's see. Just real.
They've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, they haven't won since at Philly. There was that 162-109 barn burner with the Pacers. They lost by 3 to the Nets, and then they lost by 26 to the Heat. God, I don't know. You know what? That actually is a really good line because I can 100% see the Kings winning this thing by 20. I can also see them either winning by 6 or I can definitely see them losing. But God, anyways, he's got to avoid that urge.
Yeah.
There's no sure things. We'll take a break.
Stay away.
When we come back, NFL meetings happened yesterday, and we have a tush-push answer. sort of. Also, a lot of talk about the number 12 pick and what's it good for anyways. Well, we might have an answer for you there next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey there, Jason Ross here. Let me tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Really, really happy with our brand new garage doors. So then we're about a little over a month in. They are absolutely phenomenal. Exactly what we were looking for, and what we were looking for, a couple of things. More functionality. For us, we had old, ancient garage doors, literally had to lift them open by hand, which, first world problems. But now with a remote, smooth rolling track, quiet, it's awesome. Got a keypad on the side. If we're just outside and want to open the garage, you can open it from the app, certainly with the remotes. So that part. But look, we are looking for a refresh to our home. We've got it. The curb appeal, the pop, all of that just looks so much better. The other part is the return on investment. New garage doors, it's very high on return of investment home improvement project list. It's one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase home value. So we've got a double and multiple wins, really, across the board for us. We're very, very pleased. Maybe you need just a fix to your garage doors. They can do that, whether it's commercial or residential. They are here to help. And you can see for yourself the great products that they have. You can go to their showroom at 6756 Franklin Boulevard. Ask about the Sacktown Sports Special, too. Check out their website. Give them a call, 916-421-3747. Just make it a point to connect with them, because you'll see how great this company is. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has the best truck on the market, the 2025 Ram 1500. And that's not an exaggeration. It's proven. It's the 7th time Ram has won the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Car & Driver named it one of its 10 best vehicles of 2025, giving it a 10 out of 10. And at J.D. Power, it's #1 when it comes to brand vehicle quality. And hey, yeah, all that's great. But where Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram really separates themselves from the pack is their car buying experience. Come on in and see for yourself why they say it's where a handshake still means something.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Dave, why would you even want the number 12 pick? It's not like it's going to turn around the fortunes of the team. Or why would you want the 12 pick? It's not like we ever draft well anyways. Well, we did in 2020. when we had the 12th
Very
pick,
well.
and we drafted a guy named Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah.
Well, we traded him. Yeah, we have a bonus for that. Well, what'd that get us? Well, he's still a good player.
Yeah.
What do you want from him?
That was a win.
Look, there's a very little chance that Michael Jordan or Nikola Jokic or whomever is going to be at number 12. Who knows?
Yep.
Jokic was a second rounder.
Right.
Jordan was a number 3 pick. But I would say this. I'm just going to give you the last few number 12 picks. Just not because that means the Kings are going to draft somebody of that caliber, but there is, just to demonstrate, talent at that number. We don't know anything about Nikola Topic other than, he's been injured, but he was drafted by Sam Presti this year. We'll say jury's out. Derek Lively of the Mavericks looks like a very good young up-and-coming player. I think that there's value there. Jalen Williams is an all-star at number 3, who's had injuries this year, but is phenomenal. Josh Primo the year before. Tyrese Halliburton the year before. Yeah. PJ Washington, certainly not at the same level as Tyrese Halliburton, of course,
Right.
but a Kings killer. And then the year before that, Miles Bridges. That's pretty good value over the last 6-7 years at 12. Now that is not to say, guys, if we get the 12 pick, we're getting somebody of that caliber. Of course not. We could get, no offense, Jason Thompson was at 12. Trey Lyles was at 12. Luke Kennard was at 12. Like, and no disrespect to those players, they're just not Tyrese Halliburton or Jalen Williams.
Right.
But the point is to say that the number 12 pick may do little or nothing, I think is, come on. There's certainly value at the 12. You just got to find it. And by the way, our very own GM did that just a couple years ago.
Yeah, all this, there's a lot of luck, good fortune that happens in these things. I mean, some of it, maybe it's the environment that these guys get drafted in, that they're better at grooming and establishing players. But I think the Kings for the last couple of years have been much better at that, about developing players.
I agree.
Where years ago, it's like, I don't think this is they got to kind of come in ready. Well, they've drafted actually older players now, I think, and even some of the, like Keon Ellis is a success story.
Maybe the greatest development success story of the McNair tenure.
So those are things that I think the organization's better at doing right now, amongst things that aren't maybe strengths of the team, but they've been better at that. And you just hope that if you are the 12th pick, that whoever you get, like you won. Like we go later, like, wow, that was a rotational player. Well, that was a starter. That was an all-star. Well, you're winning if you get that at 12.
You're absolutely winning. And again, is that going to lead you to a championship by itself? No.
But that's a move that helps in that.
And by the way, that's a move that helps that also is cap protected for 4+ years.
That's the best part.
Which is
contract control.
It's a huge thing. NFL meetings going on right now. The tush push, the brotherly shove, whatever you want to call it. Well, the good news, if you don't like that move, is 16 NFL teams support banning it. The problem is you need 24. So NFL owners will continue discussions, but they have tabled the proposal. It will likely be revisited when owners gather for their spring meeting May 20th and 21st in Eagan, Minnesota. That's funny. They're meeting right now in Palm Beach, Florida. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of Andy Reid in his Hawaiian shirt with Chiefs logos and on the beach. And then they're going to, no offense to Eagan, Minnesota, but it's not the beach.
Right.
Anyway. So you got that. It's very interesting, man. It's like the tush push we talked about the other day. It's almost like the torpedo bats of the NFL. Like, it's legal. They're not breaking a rule, but is somebody going to pull the whole like integrity of the game thing?
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, look, Philly's the best at it, but there are other teams that don't get every first down. It has been stopped. I just think some teams are better at it. I think also, I didn't see the details of this. If it was banned ultimately, is that kind of a universal? Let's not take the logical one, like it's 4th and goal or 4th and inches, quick huddle. Everybody gets the line. The running backs push the QB forward and everybody goes. So I catch a pass downfield and then we're trying to get extra yards and a lineman comes. Like, is it just no pushing of anybody on an offensive play?
That's weird.
I mean, I think you kind of have to go that far if you're doing it, as opposed to saying, well, you can't do it when it's tight to the line of scrimmage like that. Well, then why couldn't you do it Why would you be allowed to do it elsewhere in the field?
I don't know how they're going to adjust. And by the way, there's no injury data that shows that
Right.
people are more likely to be injured in that situation. Obviously, God forbid, but if something serious ever happened, they'd revisit it in a heartbeat. I'm also the guy that wanted him to entertain being able to jump off a guy's back on try to block a field goal, which is stupid, but I'm all for. I like it. Weirdly enough, I tend to like it in sports when coaches find loopholes that are legal. I think it's good coaching. I think it's good studying. I love the human brain, like the human body, evolves. And imagine trying to install Bill Walsh's West Coast offense or Eric Coryell in the 50s. You know, how would those teams have done?
Right.
Nobody would have, would have been like Marty McFly's guitar solo in the 50s. It just, I'm a fan of it. Flag football. Looks likely, according to Roger Goodell, for the Olympics in 2028.
Coming to LA.
Yeah. And this is, the NFL wants this because they feel like it will help grow the game internationally. I will tell you, one of the things that has shocked me the most about my time in the UK over the last couple of years, you look at all the football games that are over there and they're sold out and the tickets are insane and they're filling these massive soccer stadiums. There's obviously a want there. But when you talk to the rank and file over there, I swear to God, 90% of them are like, yeah, it's rugby with pads. Whatever. Your American football is stupid.
Well, it's like when Real Madrid plays Barcelona here and they fill up the big house for like 110,000 people.
Right.
You talk to most fans outside, like,
well,
guys, that's stupid.
Yeah, you look at MLS. MLS ain't going to do that. And we've got that there. And I don't know if it's just I think, honestly, I could be wrong here. I think, honestly, it's 60% they're curious about football. I think 40% they're dazzled by the production, by the way one of my guys, the CFO for Huddersfield Town, he and his wife were in, they like to come to America. They were here 2 weeks ago, and this trip they decided to check out Texas. Yeah. And I tried to stop them, but anyways,
Austin's cool.
So they did Dallas, and they were like, I don't know, it's just a weird city, I guess. Like, there wasn't really anything to do there. They went to Houston, some good food. Oh, by the way, they're both vegetarians. Super great time.
Okay, terrible place.
100%. That's what I told him. I was like, dude, you're a vegetarian going to Texas. That's like being afraid of heights and going to space. Like, you're not going to have a good time.
Just like it.
They loved Austin. They stayed in San Antonio, enjoyed that too. They went to a Spurs game. It's the first NBA basketball game either of them have ever seen. Now, remember, this guy has worked in English football, soccer, his whole life. He was, because I had warned him. I had told him. But he calls me afterwards. It's just like, it's like the basketball game was happening on the side in between entertainment. How many timeouts do they have? And he wasn't saying it in a bad way. They just could not, their brain couldn't wrap around the American presentation of a sporting event. Coming from a place where if you bring up the idea of playing music after a goal at home, they think you just insulted their mother because it's our responsibility. We'll make the noise. We'll make the music. Let the supporters do it. We don't need any of this artificial garbage piped in, and we don't need to be like American fans and told when to clap for defense and all that. And their silly little parlor games. We know it's a very different culture. So, anyways, I think that's a big reason why that's happening. Flag football. Let's be honest. NFL players want to win gold medals.
Yeah.
I don't blame them. And they want to grow the game internationally. I'm 100% for it. There is one name that's in my head that is always a trigger point for me anytime anything related to anything like this is brought up, and that name is Robert Edwards.
Yeah.
And a lot of you may know, some of you may not. Robert Edwards was a phenomenally talented up-and-coming running back with the New England Patriots, and he went and he played in the Pro Bowl, and I believe as a rookie, either rookie or second year. And one of the exhibitions was beach footballers. They're playing football on the beach. And he tore his ACL, and he was never the same. And there's always that worry.
Yeah.
If I'm a 49er fan, do I want Christian McCaffrey.
Well, yeah, and I also don't know how many NFL players are playing, or maybe they're former NFL players or guys that maybe we would know as much. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it's a great point. Like if McCaffrey's like, yeah, I want to win. That's the one thing I've never had an opportunity to do. I'd love to go win a gold medal.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, is that different than Steph or KD or LeBron or
it's just football? That's the only difference. Yeah. Jed York spoke, and I'll summarize what he said, but it was basically he gets that Niner fans are looking at the free agency world and everyone's leaving and nobody's coming. And he says that offseason departures are largely, there's no secret, they got to pay for Brock Purdy. So they're trying to make room because that has to happen. And then there's also been this undercurrent, speaking of English soccer, because the 49ers organization, the parent company, 49ers Inc. or whatever the hell it is, they, in addition to owning 97% of the 49ers, the York family, they also own Leeds United, which is a second tier English league team. They're almost certainly going to go to the Premier League next year. So they're a pretty big league over there, and they're now making a bid and very likely could win a bid for Rangers, which is a massive club over there. And some people are worried that they're spread too thin. And I understand why they're worried about that. I would also say this. They're three separate businesses. They're run differently. It all comes from the same pot, but it's not like the Niners the Niners had to trade Deebo Samuel so Leeds could get a striker. That's right. That's not how it works. All right, we'll take a break. When we return, last night in the NBA, couple of very insane performances. It wasn't just Nikola Jokic having a good time. Also another first ballot future Hall of Famer went ballistic. We'll talk about that next.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home of the 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Kyle Draper. Equip your staff with top-notch uniforms, professionally cleaned and delivered weekly to your workplace by Alsco Uniforms, proud sponsors of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew. Our services include uniforms, towels, floor mats, mops, first aid supplies, and restroom essentials to uphold cleanliness and safety standards in your business. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms. Visit alsco.com to learn more. Again, visit alsco.com.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
Only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and vocal.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Less than 7 minutes to go in the game. In the paint, good seal. Jokic layup. Got it! Foul on Gobert.
Do you think that's the only call this season in the NBA in which 2 animals were named? Did you catch that?
Less than 7 minutes to go in the game. In the paint, good seal. Jokic layup. Got it! Foul on Gobert.
Seal and bear. This is your stat of the day. Nikola Jokic had a great game last night. Only I would find that angle because I'm a weirdo. Here's his 60th point in 2
Guarded there by Walker. Goes to the left hand. 5 on the clock. Christian from the free throw line. Throws it to Joker. Spin move. Floater. That's goaltending. Yeah. Count that bucket. McDaniels with the goaltend, and Denver leads it by 3.
Okay, can I raise you an animal?
Okay.
Same play-by-play call.
Uh-huh.
So before, play the very beginning again, then stop it.
Okay.
After the seal.
Less than 7 minutes to go in the game. In the paint, good seal.
Okay. In the paint, Cat seals Gobert.
No.
Less than 7 minutes to go in the game. In the paint, good seal. Jokic layup. Got it! Foul on Gobert.
No, it wasn't Cat in the game, but I'm saying if there was, I'm raising the ante.
Yeah, you could. You'd have Cat, Seal, and Gobert.
Yeah. I'm sure we can do more. I don't know. Sorry.
That's like legit 2 segments.
Yeah.
Animals in the NBA. Just naming off each one. What? Huh?
Cat. Yeah, same team. Seals Gobert with help from Ant. And that's possible.
That is 100% in play. We got to find out who the play-by-play guys are if they play again this year.
Yeah.
See if they can pull it off. The first 4 animal call in NBA. God, only this show, man. Only this show. Should the 60th point count, Jason Ross? Is it a little hinky? You get your 60th point on goaltending. Come on.
No, count it.
Yeah, count it.
Yeah.
Count it in the foul?
Yes.
Okay. Great night for Nikola Jokic. 61 points, 10 boards, 10 assists, 2 steals, 19 of 24 from the line. What's up there, Shea Gilgeous-Jokic?
Yeah. Foul merchant.
18 of 29 from beyond the arc. He
Not
played
beyond the arc.
Or from the field. Thank you. 6 of 11 from beyond the arc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thirsty.
And 53 minutes last night. 53 minutes did not leave the floor in the second half and either overtime, which is so hilarious because he's so pudgy looking.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't look like an Adonis, but
And
cardio?
Most every other team worries about like the most finely tuned, chiseled. I better keep him at 32 minutes or less.
Right.
That guy can play 40, 45.
That guy could probably play 48 minutes a game most of the year. Also, not for nothing, that game was in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
He played 53 minutes and had 61, 10, and 10 in Denver. He is to me, and I slobber over him all the time. He might just be the most unique basketball player in NBA history.
Yeah.
There's nobody or no story. Second round pick during a Taco Bell commercial. It's like the NBA is his job. He loves horses more. He's not some Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant obsessive. Looks like a guy you might see at the YMCA or just scratching himself at a ball game. He's completely redefined the center position. He's putting up Chamberlain-esque numbers in the modern day. And when you got a guy like DeMontis Sabonis, who is, averaging 2014 and 7, 6, whatever, and you're just like, yeah, that's good. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's no joker.
It's no if Jokic doesn't exist, it's all Sabonis.
Right.
Oh, he's the best center in the league. Well, that wasn't the only one, Jason Ross. It was a fun night in the NBA, and that guy Steph Curry. This just in, he's really, really good.
Draymond sets a screen for Curry, who takes a three. It's up and good. What a smart play by Draymond Green. Frees up Curry just like that. 77-72. Curry with 35 right now.
Whatever.
Hey.
Smart play by Draymond. Curry wasn't done. Here you go.
Squeezes in, pass stolen by Curry. Curry takes it down the middle of the floor. Stops and shoots another three. It's good. Straight on. His 11th three.
I can't make fun of it because it's our guy. It's our guy, but still. Steph Curry, 37 minutes, 52 points, 10 boards, 8 assists, 5 steals. Jason Ross. I'm going to do this again. 37 minutes, 16 of 31, 12 of 20 from beyond the arc, 8 of 8 from the line, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 steals, and a block. Just 2 turnovers, 52 points. Again, 37 minutes. I'm going to make the following statement. That was the most impressive game of the evening.
Really?
Isn't it, though?
Based on time?
So Jokic scored 9 more points. Mm-hmm. He had 2 more assists. He did not have 5 steals. He did not make 12 three-pointers. He made 6. And he did it in 16 more minutes.
Yeah.
And he didn't win.
And he didn't win. I mean, Chris is a great
point.
I mean, I can't believe I'm saying it, and I'm obviously a huge...
So why do you hate Jokic?
I mean, but let me ask you. Push back on me. Do you disagree?
No, I don't.
So Nikola Jokic
is a fraud.
Goes 61, 10, and 10 and has the second best game of the night. You got to love the NBA. Speaking of the Minnesota Timberwolves winning, they got another win off the floor. This just in. Glenn Taylor and the Mark Lowry, Alex Rodriguez group have agreed to complete full ownership to Lowry and Rodriguez. Taylor will not appeal Minnesota arbitrators that ruled in favor of Lowry and Rodriguez in February. The NBA will immediately start the transfer process.
Okay.
So the Minnesota Timberwolves under new ownership, and it's owned by A-Rod. Sort of.
Will they fall into any of the new ownership traps?
I always invite fans to keep an eye on them. Now, look, Minnesota's got a wonderful young star in Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert. They've got some great pieces. In fact, I dare say they might even be underachieving this year. Like that's a good team. But it will be very interesting to see. And I don't know this. I would imagine Alex Rodriguez will be the face of ownership. It looks like not that he's not putting a ton of money in, I'm sure, but I would also imagine Mark Lowry's putting in a lot more money. But I would think Rodriguez would be the face of the franchise. He was a baseball player, not a basketball player, at least professionally. But it will be interesting to see because new ownership wants to come in and they want to make a splash and they want, but a lot of time here's where this one could be a little bit different. This is the caveat. And I don't know if it's going to be good or bad because generally new owners come in and remember, I mean, let's just get into the psychology of the thing. These guys made their billions doing whatever. Odds are, in order to do that, they were one of two things. They were either Nepo babies or they were total dorks in college. And I mean that with all the love. They didn't go to the parties. They didn't join the clubs. They worked when everybody else went out and had fun, which means what? That means they've been nerds their whole life. So now you're in a position of celebrity that you just bought into, and you want to hang out with all the people, and you want to see all the people, and you want to do all, and I'm not just talking about other celebrities, I'm talking about fans.
Right.
Feels good.
Sure.
Go in, have your picture taken, and sign a couple autographs, talk to people. Everyone's, they've never dealt with that before. So they want to ensconce themselves in it. Well, Alex Rodriguez has had that since he was a 17-year-old in Miami.
His whole life.
His whole life, he's had that. So he's not going to be necessarily. I mean, the guy was he either married or dating forever? Jennifer Lopez. Like he's been sniffing around A-list celebrity status for much of his life. So I don't think he's going to be affected by that like a lot of these other folks are that come into ownership for the first time. That being said, it doesn't mean he can't make stupid decisions, but I don't think that necessarily will be. That might be the reason why they could be better than the average bear. Okay. We'll see. We'll take a break when we come back. All right, the Kings go for the sweep of the Washington Wizards tonight. We get into the second half of the program. I believe we'll hear from Scott Fresh here in a moment. Wow, we're already there. And looking forward to the Kings coming back home off this road trip too. Speaking of Scott Fresh, because you got to imagine win or lose for the final few games of the season, Golden One Center is going to be packed with energy. Absolutely packed with it. Hey, part of that is because I'm sure a couple people in that crowd have taken advantage of American Energy Heating and Air. And their half-off tune-up price going on right now, $24.50, get you a tune-up on your system. Oh, if you want a diagnostic, how about free? Free, as Alan Stiles would say, all from a company that's been around since 1981, Better Business Bureau A+ rated. End of the year blowout right now. If you need a new furnace, $4,000 off the price of your furnace. That doesn't even include rebates. They're not stealing your rebates. They're doing that in spite of or in addition to your rebates, I should say. Take advantage of the deal right now. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Sorry, I slipped at the chat. They said there's actually another animal in there besides bear, seal, and whatever the other one I said there was, because they called a fowl. It's well done. All right, chat making a comeback today. 916-520-9990, AmericanEnergyAir.com. You tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you. Kings go for a sweep. We'll preview tonight next.
Tonight, Kings and Wizards. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 2:30. Tip-off at 4. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings. Sacktown Sports 1140.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust, along with my entire team. I have been helping accident survivors recover compensation for their injuries for 25 years, and we can help you. There is no charge for calling. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through the week. Your week. So right now, I need every single listener on their feet. Callers, texters, YouTubers. Make some noise for Sacramento's favorite sports morning show. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, and the man behind the glass, Chris Berlon.
Thank you, Scott. What do you think? Shouldn't make light of this, but hey. How do you think Scott Fresh would have handled last night's intermission in Atlanta in the Hawks game? Did you see it?
I did not.
Yeah, you're at the game.
Oh, you were. Oh, all right.
Intermission.
What do you
mean?
The games that they play.
Yeah, the stuff they play during the timeout. Well, this happened.
A bit or real?
I don't think it was Chris.
Now remember what day it was yesterday.
Chris, do you think this was a bit? I didn't think it was a bit at all.
You are going to the absolute nines to make this.
If this is a bit, God bless. All full props.
And Zaz, they are ready for this five-ball change tic-tac-toe game now.
Just to set the scene, it's halftime, I think. You got two gentlemen up there, both in the Hawks gear with basketballs, and they're doing one of those make 5 layups and put the chip in the bowl and you win a thing. You know what I'm saying?
This is a basketball game, so we had to add some basketball in it. They have to make a layup in order to get a game piece. Once they grab their game piece, they'll place it on the board, and the first to get all 5 game pieces or tic-tac-toe will be our winners.
That's pretty simple, right?
Okay.
All right. And we're off.
So, James, Daz, are you ready?
James and Jazz.
All right.
By the way, a guy on the left, guy on the right. Who's your pick to win?
James, the guy on the right in the red Hawks hat.
Okay.
Tic-tac-go! Oh, James! Oh, no! Hold on! Let's make sure my guy is good.
Okay, so.
Sorry, I did not know that happened. It was funny at first.
I'm not laughing at what happened. I'm laughing at your reaction to what happened.
I'm so sorry. Now I feel terrible. No idea. He shredded it, didn't he?
So what happened is he goes up for the first layup, slips on something, and it looks like
he got shot.
It looks like a sniper was there. His knee exploded, and he is right. Okay. He's writhing in pain on the ground.
Can you rewind a little bit? Just a little. First off, he travels.
He 100% traveled, but he slips on.
Slip on.
I don't know.
Well, a lot of that when you're going up and it's like you're that ligament that you thought was there isn't there, and your body just like collapses.
I will say this: neither of these guys are in their early 20s. They're not old, but I don't think we're in the early 20s. Maybe out of camera angle, somebody threw a banana peel there when April Fools. I don't know, but it would you believe it actually kind of gets a little worse. I know. Here we go.
I'm not going to react.
Going back to the layup. Please, just listeners, pay attention if you would to the poor host, the MC, the Scott Fresh, if you would.
I first heard her say, "Well, I got to see if my guy's good."
Right.
Oh, James! Oh no! Hold on. Let's make sure my guy is good. Oh man. This is not really a fair game.
You should know that the other guy is not missing a beat. He's just making layups and stacking chips. That's an LL Cool J bucket hat. He is not stopping. You know what? Best ability is availability.
He's in it to win it.
He's in it to win it.
James! Can you just wait? Can you just be kind and come over here with me and check on James? Oh, Des, we know you won, but okay. Turn around. Okay.
James is currently surrounded by yellow-jacketed security personnel and medical personnel, and I think they're getting ready to stretcher him out.
Leading the other guy to go see him.
Leading the other guy, stopped him mid-layup to go over and check on James, and then immediately assesses the situation and says, okay, let's turn around. Meanwhile, James is in a terrible position, begging for Jesus to take him, and they're playing music.
We gonna check on him, but I mean, I don't.
She has.
See him? I can't give you a winner. Back to you.
I mean, that's where it shows that I don't think that's a bit, because it didn't know like what anybody knew what to do.
100% don't think that's a bit, and she was just like, I have no idea what to do right now. Back to you. Didn't even get the sponsor read it at the end.
Okay, I'm trying to put myself. It's awful.
It is 100% awful.
The other guy wins, but we don't have to celebrate.
No,
it's like, all right,
no.
Thank you for participating. We're going to check on James.
Right.
Hey, we're both going to get you guys something.
Yes.
I hope they
thank
get
you for participating.
You've won a $250 gift certificate to whatever steakhouse, and other guy, you've won.
We're giving you surgery.
We're giving you surgery.
You said that she didn't even get the sponsor in there. If I'm the sponsor, I'm like,
I don't.
Oh, thank God.
This knee explosion brought to you by Whataburger.
I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the contest, but now do you think every other organization's going,
I think
we can't have that.
I think the very first thing they're doing is checking to see if the waivers were signed.
Yeah.
You would hope so. And by the way, we're not picking on her either. What a horrible position to be in.
Being live, reacting.
You want to care for the guy and show concern. At the same time, you're like surrounded by little kids and with stuffed animals and stuff waving their licorice in the air. You don't want to be like, oh my God, is he okay? Like, you don't want to freak people out.
Meanwhile, is it like the Nets over there that are like, all right, let's run this play? Like they're right around him. They're drawing up plays.
Also, where are the mopper guys?
The ball. Well, the one guy was on break because he did not sweep the floor. I feel badly that I reacted the way I did it.
You did.
I thought it was funny.
You liked that he did that.
Well, not the tearing of the knee.
The
fall was funny.
the fall
well,
was.
We were at the game.
The fall
I think
was
that's
comical.
Everyone's.
Okay.
Oh no.
Imagine being at that game, and it's you and me sitting together, and on your left is Christopher Laud, and on my right is Sean Cunningham.
I'm done.
It's over. I can't look at you guys for the rest of the game.
And this is I will say, a genetic thing with me, and especially with my family, especially my mom, is the worst situation.
You laugh.
The harder you laugh.
Yes. It's a defense mechanism.
The interesting thing is, I mean, the Hawks games are kind of known for not having that big of attendance.
Yeah.
Like Chris could be up at the top.
and you'd hear
all of us like, somebody's laughing. And they're like, that guy up there. It's like you hear him laughing amongst the whole arena.
And if that was me that went down and my buddies were there, they'd be like, run it out. By the way, speaking of that party yesterday, I went downstairs during the break. I found your cereal bowl.
What's it?
Huh? It's.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's sturdy.
It's filled with
Room temperature salad.
Okay, I got to tell you, it wasn't until I walked in here and it sat here that I realized there's a bouquet to this thing.
Oh,
and
I want to say it's like got a.
What's that thing on the top of the salad? Is that like a?
It's like jackfruit or something.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking? Yeah. And then I don't know what was that.
Probably the cheese.
The cheese. Yeah, I think the feta is.
In this case, the cheese does stand alone.
It does stand alone. So,
who cut it?
The whole staff.
Yeah.
And I might. I don't know. I like this bowl.
You're taking the bowl.
No, because it's the station bowl.
Is it? Here you go.
I don't know what to do with this.
This is the prize. You won this.
Lastly, all right. This is just a massive salad bowl. Jason and or Chris. If I
goes to you.
If I filled that with Honey Nut Cheerios at 6 a.m., could you finish the bowl by the end of the show?
No.
I wouldn't want to.
No? Why? Because what is too many Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yeah.
Might wreak havoc?
No, not that. Just too much food.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably a whole half gallon of milk in there to make that a full cereal bowl.
If you think about how many boxes of cereal do you think it would take?
Now, are you doing a total commercial now?
Holy blow. No, it'd be.
I almost said something really stupid and I stopped myself.
I bet you did.
4 boxes? 5?
Talking about like the regular ones, not like the Price Club double pack or Sam's Club. Price Club. I think 5.
Yeah.
I think 5.
And
then a half gallon of milk.
Oh.
Could you do. Okay. I'm just blowing this segment away. Sorry. Everybody.
Started with the Hawks.
I apologize. Just can you bear with? I apologize for this segment. Okay. But I do have a question. I've never seen this happen before. I've never seen that. But like, for example, if you had a group of people, could you actually have that out as a dish? Let's say, what's the most popular one with the almonds and the honey toasted oat, honey
bunches of oats.
Thank you. What if you served it like that, but with a ladle? And then people would
That's
come
what
by.
you're thinking about?
No, and then people would come by like if you were trying to
like soup.
Yeah, like if like we had our little chatter group down and it was like biscuits
serve cereal.
But there was like cereal served like that with the milk. You'd obviously have to get it early. But you just roll by with a ladle and you're ladling milk and cereal in your own bowl. Okay. Would that be an acceptable way to serve cereal?
I think, but shouldn't the bowl be filled with cereal, not milk?
And then have milk in a pitcher? Yeah.
But I'm almost like if you put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in there, put the milk, and then ladle out the cereal so you just have Cinnamon Toast Crunch milk.
Mm-hmm. I saw in Dubai the other day, they actually have a Cinnamon Toast Crunch cold coffee drinks in their one of their fridges. Some guy was showing a video, and I thought, where is that here? It's like Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored creamer. Where is that here, Jason?
To be made.
All right, again, apologies for that last segment. When I see on Reddit people hating me for talking about garbage, that was 100% an example, but also that was funny.
Necessary.
It was 100% necessary. All right, the Wizards. Tonight, Kings go for the sweep. It's a Tune revenge game.
Toonie Tunes.
Revenge of the Tune.
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, the Toonie Tunes. And Jason has a question. Wizards tore their team down.
Yeah.
Wizards are rebuilding. Are they better off? We'll go through their rebuild next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush. Makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, Folsom Lake Ford. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, like America's best-selling F-Series. Check out a huge selection of Mavericks, F-150s, and Super Duty trucks, or tech-field SUVs like Explorers and Expeditions. Plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. All in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest finance rates. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they are my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. For 35 years and counting, come down and take a test drive today. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Jason's playing. We got a big bowl of leftover salad from yesterday's luncheon. And Jason's playing spin the salad.
Yep.
Well,
the ladle gets you have to take a bite.
Yeah, that's what he was playing earlier, and I lost the first round.
I'm not second and third.
Let me tell you right now, you take a bite, you take a good forkful of that salad, you're throwing up.
Really?
There's it's been out for like 24 hours, and there's like feta cheese in it. I mean, maybe not. It's just
probably okay. I
can smell. Can you not smell it?
No.
Would you want to just?
I'll try.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason. Smell it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was like me with you 2 weeks ago. Wizards, Kings tonight. What is that? I don't know. Sacramento beat the Wizards 123-100 January 19th at the Guancy. Sabonis 29-18, DeRozan 24, Monk 23. As a Wizard off the bench, that's a funny sentence. Valanciunas had 23-12.
Killed us.
And we said, I very much remember we said on the show the next day, that was his tryout for Sacramento. He very much was saying, guys, I'm out there, second round pick, let's go.
Yeah.
Monty McNair friends listened, and the tune is now one of us. The Wizards have swept Charlotte. They are 4-0 against them. Well, that makes sense.
Perfect sense.
They're also 2-0 against the Nuggets.
That is why Nikola Jokic is not MVP.
Not 2-0 against the Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. But I think as we get ready to see the Kings play them, it kind of gets to that question that you've put out on the poll question for a couple different days on Twitter, or just different thoughts on, the benefit of maybe missing the playoffs or a rebuild, tear down, whatever version the Kings could potentially do. I think this is a team that's kind of done that.
Yes.
Because when I was looking at them, Dave, this will be their fourth straight season without making the playoffs. That's fine. I mean, you could be there for a little while, but they're coming off a 15-win season. They have 16 wins. So they're bad. They've been really bad for the last two. What really caught me, though, is just since 2022, here's some players that have been on their roster that they have elected to move on from. Denny Avdia, Bradley Beal, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Spencer Dinwiddie, Daniel Gafford, Rui Hachimura, Kyle Kuzma, Kristaps Porzingis, Jordan Poole. No, excuse me. I don't know why I moved on from him. Chris Middleton. But these are people that have been on their roster.
Right.
Sorry. Jordan Poole, Chris Middleton, and Marcus Smart. And the last three are still on their team. The others are not. And they have last year's, lottery pick this last season, and they've got picks to come, but
according to this,
not as good of a situation. Don't they give up their first rounder this year?
I was going to say they gave up their first rounder this year.
Yeah.
They've just got a couple of seconds, their own and Phoenix's. Now, starting next year, I believe that is the first of 4 pick swaps with Phoenix.
Okay.
For the Beal trade.
Yep.
So they have the swap rights with Phoenix, but also do not have their own. They have 4 second rounders, including their own. In 2027, they have their first. They have 5 seconds via their own and a bunch of different teams. In 2028, they've got swap rights with Phoenix. But they do not have their own. What did they do with all their first round picks?
Yeah.
What the hell was that trade? Was that Jordan Poole?
No, because I dealt Chris Paul. Maybe it was getting Porzingis. I don't know.
Oh, let me look here. Where the hell is their pick going this year? That's scary. No, I'm confused now. It says they have their pick. It says they have their pick, but on this list for 2025.
Well, it may just be the team listed there on that one thing, and that doesn't. I don't know.
I don't know either. Whatever the hell. Look, here's the thing. Going back,
but it's an extreme difference than like the best setup in the league. I think everybody would say is OKC, because OKC is good right now with good contracts, a young team, and a boatload of picks.
Yes,
that's the I've got the best hand of the table, right?
Yes,
like good luck beating me.
Yes.
There are other situations, like it's not terrible to have a bunch of future picks, but I think if you have a bunch of future picks like Washington does here, I would like them to have some building blocks where you go, hey, those picks with this player or these two players, and maybe you've got something. And that's where it becomes difficult. A little bit like I think Utah's got some things, but I like what Danny Ainge will maybe be able to eventually do. But at some point, you either need to turn those picks into proven commodities or just rely on those picks, and you're just going to build that way through the draft.
You're 100% right. Here's the thing with Washington, though, and I think it's a little misleading. And by the way, this doesn't mean they're on the right track, but I think it's important to understand that they've really only been rebuilding. They've been truly rebuilding for about a year, maybe two. Here's why. They just sucked before. They just sucked and tried to figure it out. I'll take you very quickly through the timeline. In May of 2023, so we're coming up on 2 years ago, they hired as their brand new president, LA Clippers GM Michael Winger, who immediately less than 10 days later, hired Sam Presti's right-hand man, Will Dawkins, as the number 2 executive and their general manager. So the Wizards, after the season ended in 2023, so the year before last, they said, we've had enough. Who was it? Am I skipping years, or was it Grunfeld? Still around there, I think, maybe. So they go out and they say, okay, we're going to get this hot up-and-comer with the Clippers, and he's going to go get Sam Presti's top lieutenant. We're going to put them in place. So what they're doing right now, like with the Beal trade, they took advantage of Phoenix. They're big time. I mean, that trade looks phenomenal in retrospect. Now, here's what's important, Jason. In addition to last year's pick, where they got, who was it, Sarr? It was Sarr their guy? They're going to almost certainly get a top 3 pick again this year in a very good draft. And then when you look at their salaries, right, they're at 173 million, almost 174 this year. They're 14th in the league, almost dead middle. But here's what's interesting, okay? Chris Middleton has a player option for next year at 33. Of course he's going to take it. Jordan Poole has 2 years left. He makes 31 and 34. Marcus Smart expiring at 21. Rashawn Holmes expiring at 13. So what they have for next year, all those guys are overpaid. But they turn into assets next year. They turn into assets because they're all expiring deals. What the genius is and how they have their team set up. And again, no guarantee that they're gonna kill it. 158 million next year is owed, followed by 57 million. And then the following year, they have $13 million on the books. And just to give you an idea, Denver has 163 million. Boston has 213 million. Minnesota has 118 million. I'm talking about 3 years from now. The Washington Wizards have 13 million. So there's no guarantee, but you can see what the blueprint is.
Right.
They're going to get another top 3 pick this year to add to that pick last year. They're going to continue to have those pick swaps with Phoenix, which, by the way, are looking really damn good right now. Lottery picks. Then on top of that, they're going to move, I guarantee you, next year, some of those high-paid players for other pick assets to teams that need to be able to absorb that. And then they'll have their hope is between Alex Sarr, between whoever they grab this year, whoever they grab next year. Now they're going to have the money to bring in some free agents. They'll have, I'm not saying it'll work, but I'm saying in the true world of the rebuild, that's the road. That's the road you can see them on. Is it going to work?
Yeah, to be determined.
Don't know.
Yeah, and that's just like anything, whether you're drafting right, making trades, moving those assets, they got to do it right.
I would say this. I think the question for Kings fans, would you rather be in the position the Kings are right now today, or would you trade the entire franchise, including picks, including executives? Would you trade all of that for what the Wizards are doing right now?
I would not, but I would not.
I think you're probably in the majority. I think a slight majority, but I think you're in the majority, as opposed to people, 70% want to rebuild, they say.
Right.
I think a lot of them would say, I don't know about the Wizards.
Well, and I think even the framing of it sounds good. Like, I know this wasn't the way it went, but let's just say the last year of the Adelman playoff year was 05, 06?
I think 05, yeah.
It wasn't really a rebuild there, but let's just define that as one. I know that's unfair, but like no one then would have gone like, it's going to take how long? 17 years?
They wouldn't have wanted that.
Yeah. And if maybe it takes Washington a really long time. Maybe they're great next year. I don't know. There's no return. We don't know. It all changes. And I think the part of the problem is you have to kind of stick to the plan.
Right.
Because there might be starts and stops, and then maybe go, hey, look, we were going to do this, but we got this opportunity to get this player now. We did not think so, but it's here. This team's willing to trade. We've got these assets. Let's do it. And is that the right move? You're kind of altering your plan. And I think a lot of these plans for organizations are fluid, and maybe they should be. But again, you got to get those moves right.
What would you say is the best current result of a rebuild going right now?
I mean, again, I think we have to define what it exactly is.
I'm trying to lead you. Let me put this another way. Everyone's using Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to run with that real quick to try to make a point here. They drafted Dylan Jones and Nikola Topic this last season. They drafted Derek Lively and then traded him to Dallas. They drafted 2 years ago Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren. Before that, they drafted Trey Mann. They also drafted Alperen Şengün. I forgot about that. Traded him to Houston. And Josh Giddey. Emmanuel Quickley in 2020. Terrence Ferguson. Cameron Payne. Josh Huestis. Mitch McGarry. Archie Goodwin. Steven Adams. I just listed all their first-round picks since 2013. 12 years.
Well, a lot of that last group they were, a Western Conference Finals type team.
100%.
But still.
I'm saying they didn't exactly build that team through the draft. Now, and you might say, well, hold on, Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren.
That's a phenomenal draft.
And I would say that is a phenomenal draft. I would also say both of those guys have missed significant time this year, and they're still doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just building up. It's the way Sam Presti, I think, in part has cracked the code. It's not building up draft capital necessarily for him to use, though he will. Sam Presti is not exactly, he got Durant, he got Harden, he got Westbrook, he's had other, but I don't know that Sam Presti is this draft guru people make him out to be. I think he's very good, but I think where he's cracked the code is he just assembles assets, draft picks, expiring salaries, and spins them off and lets other teams get excited about them being able to draft.
Right.
Rather than building that team through the draft. He didn't draft Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a lot of guys there on that team he did not draft. Anyways, it's an interesting conversation. We'll take a break. When we come back, day 2, Oakland at day 2, as YouTube TV now says, West Sacramento Athletics played against the Cubs yesterday. We'll go over some of that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut.
The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Testing.
We are live from Chick-fil-A.
This is Grant.
And this is Laura.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that sweet bun.
And that chicken filet was perfectly crispy and soft at the same time.
And that Smokehouse Barbecue sauce, it's a lot of fun. And the brown sugar bacon definitely had a little bit more pizzazz. Also, the mac, one of the all-time greats. Man, I'm getting hungry.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
And now a brief history of the garage door. Garage doors could date back to 450 BC when chariots were stored in gatehouses. Here in the States, they became a thing around the start of the 20th century. You could find a float-over door in a catalog way back in 1906. National Garage Door has been around since 1974. They're family-owned and operated, so you can trust them to solve any garage door issues you may have. Squeaky door, malfunctioning door, or a need for a new door, which is what prompted us to give them a call, 916-638-4554. At National Garage Door Service is their #1 priority. I've witnessed that commitment in my own home, certainly in our garage. National Garage Door sells quality Rainer branded garage doors. They are the nation's BSE broken spring experts. So if you have a garage door that looks and sounds like it dates back to 450 BC, National Garage Door can help, whether it's a garage door tune-up, repair, or replacement you need. They'll take care of you at National Garage Door. 916-638-4554. That's 916-638-4554. National Garage Door.
Listen for the Toyota Tahoe Report every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with Johnny Mosley to get the latest weather conditions in Tahoe throughout this snow season. Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
During the break, somebody sent me a note saying they'd like to see me someday do a. Have you ever seen those things where you got a guy or two and they're sitting there watching the game and on the video the game's playing above them and they're just kind of Manning casting it.
Yeah.
We
sort of did something like that a few years ago. Remember that we were watching Monday Night Football here at the station?
Yeah, the Saints and the Raiders.
Did we do that?
Yeah, we had you had brought their Paperboy game. We had the video games on the one. We were watching the football game. We had the YouTube on in here, and we had everybody from the staff in here.
How'd that go?
It's fun. We were playing cards. We had
we did it once.
Yeah.
It was fun, but it's like we don't really know what to do with this.
I don't think I could do that for a Kings game. At least the only way I could do that is if there was just no restrictions on the broadcast.
I would love to watch you watch the game, but like just like a muted feed. Like if there's a security camera in your backyard of you watching the game.
I think the only way that would be fun for people, and the only way I might not want to do this. Let's say it's like the Kings playing game this year, right? Would be to have I'm sitting there Manning cast and whatever, but there's a little box in the corner that has my heart rate and my blood pressure, like they did to Gavin Maloof that one year. But I almost don't want to do that because I think I think while I'm
watching, scare you.
My anxiety would go through the roof because in the chat, everybody would be like, "Dave, you need to go to the doctor like literally right now. This isn't healthy."
Like, I'm fine, but wait, am I fine?
But
Maybe
I
should be going? Is this healthy for me? Wait,
kind of sweaty.
Well, what? And then you look. What does sweaty hands mean while watching? Oh no!
I just felt a tweak in my knee. Is that a blood clot?
I have the tingle in my.
Do I? Yeah, in my foot. Do I have deep vein thrombosis? Like I would think all that stuff. Anyways,
and will they make this free throw?
Speaking of. So I don't know who these two guys are. It's two gentlemen sitting in what is obviously a Denver fans. You know them? Oh, the Denver fans. It looks like a basement or a living room or something. They got a couple mics in front of them, and on the bottom of the screen, they're watching the game. On the top of the screen is the broadcast. We're talking, of course, about Minnesota, Denver. Denver up 1 point, 139-138. 17.7 seconds left is where we pick this up in double overtime, and this is why I would never do one of these.
And it's
they wanted
Randall.
You put yourself.
He throws it away. Westbrook has it. Christian back to Westbrook. He missed. He Torrey Craig'd it. Conley, Edwards now. They have a timeout. They don't use it. Edwards, Alexander Walker. Missed.
Yes, sir.
Win.
Yes,
sir. Win. Oh my God.
Whoa. Hold on. What? Are they calling a foul?
There's a foul?
Are they calling a foul?
No, or are they just reviewing it?
I think they're seeing if there's a foul in the play, if there's time still. They're saying there's a foul. It's about if there's time.
No.
And the host. Okay, so I retract my earlier statement. I think this is actually a radio station out there because it's the DNVR, which I think is I think that's actually a station out there. And they're out there, so I think those are actually.
They might be a content, like a digital thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that those are either two hosts or whatever. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? No way, dude. Not doing it.
So years ago, this is when I was working with Jason and Damien in the midday. There was a Champions League game between Manchester City and Tottenham.
Oh God.
City was down. They score a late winner to win the game. I get so excited. I throw my chair up against the wall, just going ecstatic. Then they call it offsides, and I was heartbroken. And the camera was right underneath the TV at the time, so it catches all of it. Damien said he saw the video, and he said he thought it was very funny and wanted to like repost it. He said I looked so heartbroken that not even he's like I couldn't even do that.
You looked so heartbroken that Damien, somebody like me, has worked with you before, has been tortured by you before, has hated you with all his heart before, felt bad enough to not repost it.
That's how awful I looked in that situation.
Do me a favor, would you at the break text him and see if he still has that video? Tell him to send it to me.
Oh, he's like it's gone, it's deleted.
It's never deleted.
It's never, ever going away. Well, unlike the A's, who apparently are going to Vegas at some point. I'm just trying to segue, sorry. A's game 2 last night. They, to this point, Jason, you know, the A's have never won in Sacramento.
Or led.
Wire to wire. Is it wire to wire in baseball too? Sure. Yeah, okay, whatever. And the Cubs got off early with this Suzuki Jackaroo.
Back-to-back home runs in the first from Bush and Swanson. That is hammered center field. Blade going back, turning, looking way out of here. Off the batter's eye. A titanic shot to center for Seiya Suzuki. And just like that, 3-0 Cubs. The bats stay hot. JD, it is 403 to dead center field, and that had to be more than midway up the batter's eye.
That was against Severino. Staff ace.
It's a big signing.
Yeah, who pitched so well in Seattle, but not last night.
Well, speaking of big offseason signings, he was already with the team, but he's making a lot more money now. Brent Rooker came up in the bottom of the inning, and he was like, oh, hell no.
Sends one into the night, and Brent Rooker, homer! Light up the sky! Brent Rooker, homer number 2, and it's 3-2. 2 in the first.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from this green and gold offense. Lawrence Butler leading things off, finding his way on base. And you know what comes behind him. There's some thump there.
Okay.
Langoliers would hit a bomb later, too.
Oh, would he?
Yeah.
That's a home run from Kyle Tucker. His 4th straight game. He's never done that before in his career. And the Cubs have a 4-2 lead, and there was no doubt about it. Wow. JD, I can get used to watching this guy hit.
Yeah, boy, this is fun. You talk about a guy that's absolutely locked in. He did not do much at all in spring training.
Okay. So if that clip I just played, which says Langoliers 2-run home run, and that was not Langoliers, does this thing that says Tucker 2-run home run, is that Shea Langoliers? Let's find out.
That's a home run from
No.
Might be.
That's okay. You know how I have this habit of making confessions that I shouldn't because I'm just going to get killed for it, but yet I can't ethically not make the confession, even though I know it's just going to make me look stupid. And people, instead of saying, you know what, thanks for admitting that. Nobody in this business ever is vulnerable and admits when they're wrong or stupid. Thanks for doing that, Dave. We appreciate the honesty. No, it's always like, I can't believe. I had to Google image what the batter's eye means.
Oh,
I don't remember ever hearing that phrase.
Oh, really?
I played baseball. I grew up playing baseball. I did, truly.
That's interesting.
Unassisted triple play. That guy. We didn't have batter's eyes in Little League.
What wasn't talked about back then?
I honestly thought, I'm like, batter's eye? All I was thinking about
good
was
eye
like,
batter?
I was thinking like the thing in Vegas.
I remember the first time hearing that was Candlestick. Remember it had that like overhang and they had all the seats blacked out. I remember asking my dad about that, and he said it's the batter's eye.
I'm super like tripping out about this now because is that just something I've heard my whole life and tuned out? Or because I've heard it a bunch this year. Everyone's saying batter's eye. Oh, they have a new batter's eye. Oh, the batter's eye, the batter's eye, the batter's eye. And I'm like, hold on, is this like spray threes or like the other things that just pop up as lingo and then they go away and then they pop back up? And I go, wow, does everybody else know this but me? I don't know. 916-339-1140. I just need one thing.
We appreciate that.
I just want one person to text and be like, honestly, I didn't know
I
either.
guarantee there's a bunch of people that
I
didn't
hope
realize.
so. I feel like that's a terrible thing for a show host to admit, but you know what? Whatever. We'll take a break. When we return, hey, who's hot?
Huh?
Hey, who's not?
Huh?
And let's go streaking. Next.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner. So he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto. Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com, BABBEL.com.
Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office, they are here to help you. You can find Jonathan Gonzalez and his team at sacklegaldefense.com or call him at 916-304-9187. Maybe you have something from your past still kind of following you around, a mistake that was made years ago and you'd like cleared from your record. Well, that's something he can help with. Expungements is something he's specialized in. An auto accident, a wrongful termination case, sexual harassment case, you need criminal defense, whatever you might need or whatever you might have questions for, Jonathan Gonzalez is your guy. He's local. He's in downtown Sacramento. He's been very successful for years, including 2016 to 2019, undefeated in jury trials. He is going to be here for you. Don't settle for less, and neither should you. Again, it's 916-304-9187 is how you reach Jonathan Gonzalez, or go to sacklegaldefense.com.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild
to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches, even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
What would it take for a plumbing company to earn your trust? Jerry and Kenny here from Bell Brothers. And let's face it, plumbing and service companies don't always have the best reputation.
So to earn your trust, the first thing they'd have to do is actually answer the phone when you call with a real live person. Then they'd have to send a plumber when you needed them, day or night, without charging extra for emergency services.
A trustworthy plumber would show up on time, wearing a clean uniform and name badge, and be able to show that they had passed a background check and drug test.
A plumber you could trust would give you a firm quote on the job before starting and clean up after they finish the job.
That's exactly the plumber you'll get when you call Bell Brothers, a plumber you can trust. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234 or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
All righty. Who? Wow, imagine not being back on time for this segment.
Embarrassing.
It's totally embarrassing. Come on, Jason.
Watch, we're going to find out like he saved the kid out in the street.
I know, right?
So, Chris, how long is the break? 4 minutes. I went to my desk and came back.
It was my bad because I was wondering why the pause wasn't there. It was my fault.
Yeah, I don't ever hear that when I'm late.
Because it's not my fault.
The way he said when you were walking by, you guys watched, he like saved a kid from getting hit by a car in the middle of the break.
Well, I did that. That's standard.
And then sprinted up. Oh, I got to get back to the show.
Take the baby. I got to go.
I actually went to Atlanta, did surgery on that guy.
Yeah, on his knee.
Be good.
Had to go. He's good.
He was successful.
Well, then we already know who's hot. Who else is hot?
Kyle Tucker.
Kyle Tucker.
The Cubs 7-4 win over the A's. He went 2 for 3. Had 3 runs, 1 home run, 2 walks, and it was his 4th home run in a row.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. From the chat, our guy Kevin is in hour 44 of a 72-hour fast, going well. Thanks for the motivation, Verlot and guys, which was, by the way, the original name of the morning show. Good for you. We got a lot of
well done.
We got a lot of fasties going on in the chat. You know what? But that's the thing about the show. We are all a family. We're all about health. We're all about our bodies and our health. Yeah. Clearly. Who's not?
2-point shots. Mm-hmm. For the first time since the 3-point shot became a thing, I guess, in the NBA, there are now more missed threes than missed twos in the NBA. There are 48 missed threes a game in the NBA. There's now 47.2 missed twos in the NBA.
Missed twos.
Missed twos.
Remember how I was asking you guys for somebody to text in with them not knowing what the batter's eye was? I got 2, and they're both really good. I don't even know how I can say this. From the 916, I thought batter's eye was old English for the beehole. The more you know.
Wow. Okay. What's next?
And on the text line, my phone.
Got me right in the batter's eye.
There's the batters, and then there's the whispering, right? I believe if you've seen the movies. As your father, I'm embarrassed to say I'm not familiar with the expression batter's eye either. Would you please revisit? Well, Dad.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Huh, I guess my dad's better than your dad.
I guess so. My dad grew up watching Mickey and Duke and Willie in New York, and I guess the batter's eye dad is in the center field, behind the whatever, and it's like a square that makes it easier to see the ball for a batter.
Well described.
Thank you.
Like once you hear it, you notice it at every ballpark. Like Wrigley, they got the grass out there.
Yeah, now I'm gonna see a batter's eye everywhere. And not ever again will I say batter's eye and not think something else. Okay, who's hot, who's not? Let's knock out a 3 in the key for the Kings and Wizards tonight, shall we, Jason Ross?
We shall.
It's time to
go straight.
Nope. We'll do that later.
Okay, it's not in here for some reason.
That's right, title of your
my batter's eye.
Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Jonas Valanciunas returns to Washington, D.C. to try to have a revenge game, and the Wizards will try to win, but hopefully they will not. They are dogs by 12.5. Nope, not my best effort. I'll take the morning show clap, but that was more of a there was just more of a newsy song, not a.
I was listening to that. I was kind of
sucking
it in.
Right in the batter's eye. Back to you.
Okay, back to you. We're going to start with this. First question of our 3 in the key, Dave, will be as simple as this. Cover or no cover? 12.5. Do the Kings cover that?
I'll say they cover.
I'm saying they cover.
They will cover.
Oh, God.
That means bad news.
God. Can I change mine?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, they will not cover. I'm sorry. Someone's got to take one for the team.
Everything,
everyone.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
All right. We took care of that.
We took care of it, though. We're good.
All right. Malik Monk, one of our favorites. Last game really struggled. So we want a shooting line. What is he going to shoot tonight from the floor?
Malik Monk will be 8 of 17.
I have him at 7 for 15.
6 of 13.
Wow, we're all like right around 46%.
Good man.
Hey, thank you for that.
And then the random stat you're picking for today's game.
I want to go with it, but I'm not gonna
do it.
No, because here's the one I think. Here's what I think's gonna happen. Jordan Poole will go for 35 or more.
Woo!
Just because his eyes will get as big as pie plates.
He cost me my prize pick the other day.
Jordan.
Oh, come on, Jordan.
Michael Jordan Poole.
I'm going to say that Domantas Sabonis will make 2 or more 3-pointers.
Oh. Will they sing the song? Probably not.
No, they don't know it.
I'm going to say Valanciunas will have a made 3-pointer tonight.
He's totally going to.
Chooney Tunes.
Chooney Tunes is 100% hitting a 3 tonight.
Okay. Well, our centers are hitting 3 threes then.
Well, let's see if our batters can hit just one as we go streaking.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking! Who is the Nostradamus of MLB?
Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking. All right, we got some pretty impressive, or one impressive streak going on. That's Carmichael Dave with a 7-game hitting streak dating back to last season. Dave coming into yesterday batting .250 with a home run and 2 RBI. You selected Mookie Betts.
I did.
Mookie Betts, 3 plate appearances, 1 hit. It was a home run, knocked in 2. So Dave's updated average, 263, 2 homers, 4 RBI, and an 8-game hitting streak. Whoa.
If I were to break the record, does it count because it's season on season? Or is it like the Tigers?
I think we'd give it to you. Okay. I mean, it was only 3 carryovers.
Not saying we're there yet. I'm just saying.
I was on a 0-game hitting streak, batting .190, 2 homers, 5 RBI. I went with Fernando Tatis. Padres scored 7 runs. He got up twice. He did not get a hit. Drove in 2 runs, though.
No song, though.
No
streak.
So now I'm at 173, 2 homers, 7 RBI. All right, Chris was at 0. batting 300, though, the show best. And he took from, who's hot? Kyle Tucker. 2 for 3, home run and RBI. So Chris now batting 347, but he's on a 1-game hitting streak.
Wow. 347, though, is pretty interesting.
So Dave has the most hitting streak. Chris has the best average, and I have the most homers and RBI.
Well, I mean, ultimately, we're all pulling our weight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with that said, Mr. 8-game hitting streak, who are you picking today? Because you cannot pick a player you've already picked.
I know, but you know who I had up.
Park.
I want to take somebody from this game.
Do it.
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to be a homer.
Okay.
Give me Brett Rooker.
Okay.
I'm going to take an athletic. That's 4 syllables to you.
Yes, athletic.
Athletic. Jason Ross.
I'm going to take from the St. Louis Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar, just because I like saying his name.
And honestly, it's a hell of a post-game snack. I've had it before. The Lars Nootbaar.
Creamy or nougat?
Nougat with peanuts. Yeah, the Lars Nootbaar is phenomenal.
Yeah. From Mars.
Mars
and M&M's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris?
Taste the rainbow.
I'm going to take Jackson Holiday.
I love it.
Yes.
I absolutely love it.
Jackson
Holiday.
Celebrate.
I mean, honestly, somebody should take Jackson Holiday every day.
Well,
yeah.
Chris did.
We'll take a break.
Reason why you didn't take him yesterday?
Why?
You weren't playing.
Oh.
Good idea.
Yeah. Well, at least you know your streak wouldn't end.
Yeah.
When we return. Hey. Is that Katie Christensen's music?
It is.
I believe it is. She will join us in just 5 minutes. Don't go away. We're right back.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-961-5544. 800-961-5544.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
At SMUD, we power local business with incentives on clean energy equipment, tools to manage electricity usage and save money, tailored solutions from dedicated strategic account advisors, and 50% lower rates than neighboring utilities, all while doing more for the planet with clean energy solutions, savings, reliability, personalized service, clean energy, helping local businesses thrive. That's our clean power promise. Learn more at smud.org.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPfest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Rocks Tech, Michelob Ultra, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPfest.com.
Daisy was abandoned by her family and placed in foster care at 15 years old. Her life was full of uncertainty. She thought she'd never have a permanent place to call home.
Before I was adopted, I felt like I wasn't enough. I had this hole in my heart, and I never knew what I needed to patch that hole. But when my mom asked to adopt me, that hole was closed. It feels so normal now to say that I'm a part of this family. I am surrounded by love. I feel safe. And that hole inside of me is gone. I am whole. I'm finally enough just as I am.
The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is changing the lives of teenagers at risk of aging out of foster care. Like Daisy, every child deserves a permanent, loving home. You can help. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Bob Ball throws one out and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Hey, Bobby, give me some advice on what activity to do. Thank you. I will get busy. Bobby Brown, 9 o'clock hour. Tell me why. Joining us right now, analyst for your Sacramento Kings. Dare I say, I mean this with all love and respect.
Oh boy, here we go.
You think it's gonna be bad. The second most famous person in her household.
Oh,
yeah?
I see what you're saying.
Sorry, it's a fact. Katie Christensen, good morning.
It is a fact. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, your husband's got fans, and I have not seen this episode yet. I'm behind, but I did see the clip. If you're watching Survivor, you know what I'm talking about. If not, they say, Jason, they say, and when I say they, I mean a number of people say, perhaps the most emotional, best clip in Survivor history.
What?
Yes, no joke. I won't give the whole background. You should watch it, but there's a contestant that has autism. Katie, correct me if I'm getting some of this wrong, but there's a contestant with autism, and she told Joe, or Katie's husband, right? It's like their secret. Him being a firefighter and knowing, all they're basically like doctors and firefighter, like they know everything, right? And so there's I don't even know what's going on because I just saw the clip, but she's basically kind of freaking out, like she's having an episode, if you will. And Joe's on her, Katie's husband, Joe's on the other team, and all of a sudden, what's the host? The guy, not Mark Burnett, Jeff Probst. Yeah, sorry. Says, hey, you want to go give her? You can tell, like Joe's staring over there, like he's like a lion ready to pounce, like he just wants to go help, and he's on the other platform. He says, hey, you want to go over there? And he's like, yeah. And he rushes over there and he hugs her. And she's basically having like what looks like to be a massive anxiety attack. And he just they're both mic'd up. So you can hear the breathing. You can hear him whispering to her, like, okay, just calm down, guiding her through this whole thing. And they say that Jeff actually was shedding tears, the host on the program. And that clip is making the rounds. I got to be honest, I haven't looked at it. I probably should, but I got to think if there's Vegas odds, Katie, we'll get to you in a second. If there's Vegas odds of who's going to win this thing, he's got to be at or near the top of the list. I'm waiting to see if Katie shows up to the games at some point in some brand new vehicle that we don't know about. You know, she's got to be careful.
Yeah.
Good morning, Katie.
You know me, I'm very high maintenance, so I'm definitely that would definitely be something I would do. You know, just buy a new car for no reason.
Well, let's be honest. There are parts of you that I do think are legitimately high maintenance. I think you're saying you're not materialistic. Like you make your own dog food.
Well,
come on, dude.
That's not high maintenance. That's just a caring dog owner. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta be proud,
honestly,
though.
I can't. I'm so proud. I can't watch it without crying. It's very emotional. Absolutely love Eva. She's someone that, you know, Joe has been and will be close to forever. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic for her because there's a huge stigma, you know, surrounding autism, and she and her family have been through a lot, and to share that with another contestant in a game, obviously for $1 million, that's a huge risk. But and I'm not saying this for the fact that, you know, I'm incredibly biased, but she could not have shared it with a better person. And so yeah, that was a really, really emotional moment. Yes, Jeff Probst did cry. First time, he said, in 48 seasons. So yeah, it was a really powerful episode. And like I had a friend from high school reach out to me. Like she deals with children with autism, and as they put it, like children with differences, and like they're using it as a teaching mechanism, you know, in this field, and it's really amazing. And it was very, very emotional, and it's still incredibly emotional. You know, for him, it's emotional. I cry every time. But yeah, you know, there's a new episode on tomorrow. Yeah, today's Tuesday, right? So Dave, you got to catch up. You got to get with the program here.
Tonight. Katie, I'm going to ask you something, but feel free to not answer it because I don't know what the rules are. And the last thing I would ever want to do is get you in a bad spot. But like, are you allowed to say, like, I think you kind of hinted at it, but like, are they, regardless of how the show finishes, do they still maintain contact? I would imagine post show. Are you even allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's some rules involved. I don't know exactly,
but
they've been in a lot of contact.
All right.
No, but they've been in a lot of contact because they've done a ton of interviews kind of post, you know, episode 5. They've done a lot of interviews together. So yeah,
gotcha.
It's
very cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, and I was going to say the other night when we were joking, when we brought you on about being the second most famous person in your household, I saw Joe walking up our aisle at the arena, and about 10 people stopped, pictures, autographs, like good for him. That's really cool.
Katie better get used to holding an iPhone horizontally, taking those photos.
Hey, I've taken a lot of photos. Yeah.
Hey, tall lady, can you hold my phone?
It's actually really awesome. I actually, it's kind of a cool thing to, you know. Yeah, he is. He's far surpassed me in social media followers in like 48 hours. Like he doesn't really know how to use social media, and so it's been a lot. It's been very overwhelming for him.
Who's getting more attention, your husband or you when we were in China?
I mean, that's totally different.
Katie was like a celebrity. Yeah. I am not making this up, man.
And not because anybody knew who I was. Let's be clear about that. I was like a unicorn in China.
There were more people taking pictures. I'm not lying. More people taking pictures with her than with DeMarcus Cousins or any of the Kings players. That is an absolute fact. They were lining up, and we couldn't figure out why. But I mean, you know, no offense. I'm just saying.
But no offense.
But you know what I mean. Anyways, maybe it's because
I'm like a unicorn over there. Yeah. They had not seen something like me before.
Katie, well, we're getting down to the end here for the Kings, which, you know, it's been a wild year, twists and turns. So many different things have happened. I heard that
sounds like my dad.
Yeah. But like tonight is a night that they kind of have to get it right against this Washington team. I don't know where you are with the Kings right now. It's just been, they were better against the Pacers, but they just couldn't close it out. I know it's been a frustrating, couple weeks for you with this team.
Yeah, I mean, I think the frustrating part, Jason, in all honesty, is just knowing what they're capable of and seeing them struggle and being able to understand like the reasons behind like, okay, there's been quite a lot of adversity they've had to fight through. They've struggled. I know that they're capable of so much more, but you're right. Like the Indiana game, I thought they played incredibly well, and it was the last few minutes. And I think it was about the midway point of the fourth where it was still like, it wasn't a 10-point lead, but maybe a 6 or an 8 or around there. And it was like, okay, I just had this feeling they need to get it over 10 or they're in big trouble. And they cut it down to 2, and then Indiana just, ran away with it. So, it's a frustrating one because it's like you let it go. I think it's hard, when a player like Malik, he really, really struggled in that game, and he's so critical, right? And so it just shows you that like everybody has to be on their game, every game really going forward. And like tonight against Washington, this is a game that they have to get. And there's one game on the schedule tonight that really impacts the Kings, right? And it's Atlanta at Dallas. And that's a game where the Kings could get a 2-game advantage over Dallas if that happens, or the swing, how it works. If they lose and we win, I mean, this is one that really, really matters, and you kind of need a little help from Atlanta. And that's where it gets to the point at this juncture in the season where it's not just about you. You also need help from others. And that's a tough place to be in too, where you're relying on help from others. So they got to take care of business tonight. And then, obviously Charlotte, and it's just the road trip is almost as brutal in the sense of how it ends with Cleveland. And then who's the last game on Detroit? Yeah. Cleveland, Detroit, back to back. So yeah, I mean, it's not an easy path for them. I'm hoping that, they can kind of get some positive momentum tonight in the right direction and be able to, kind of carry that a little bit.
Katie Christensen joining us. Katie, the most frustrating thing I think for fans about this team is we just don't know what the hell they are. That one night they beat Cleveland, the next night they get beat by Chicago, then they get blown out by Orlando, then they're leading Indiana by 16. I know you don't have all the answers, but can you try to even come close to explaining the Jekyll and Hyde nature of this team?
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, this is a new team. They've had very little time together. You look at what this team has been the last couple of years. There has been very little change on the roster, and even in terms of the coaching staff. And then all of a sudden, at the end of December is when everything started to change. Different coaching staff. You had a coach leave and Luke Laux, and you're basically plugging holes, right? And then you get trades, and you start adding and incorporating new people and major pieces too, right? So as difficult as it is right now, they don't know who they are because they haven't had time to figure it out. Like trying to figure it out on the fly and trying to solidify a postseason appearance, like that is a brutal time to be trying to find identity and meshing and gaining chemistry and building that. And so, I have a ton of faith that, this team next year will look very different. But the big question right now is just, can they figure it out enough to be able to put together a postseason run? And that's going to be challenging. I think they're capable of it, but like there's flashes like that game against Cleveland, even kind of that game against Portland, and then how they played through really the first 3 quarters last night. I mean, they got down 10 in the first quarter against Indiana, and then they you saw it come together, and we've seen glimpses of it. And I don't expect that we're going to completely know who this team is by the end of the season because they're brand new. Next year with being able to put together a training camp and a preseason, like I know what this team has the capability of becoming. The tough thing now is like, how do you expect them to be able to do that, over the course of a couple months, with game schedule, travel, like very little, practice time. So that's really kind of the answer to that question.
And one follow-up, Katie. The worst thing about the Orlando game, not only the performance, but Devin Carter played 30 seconds, hurt that shoulder, the opposite shoulder of the surgery this last offseason or this season. But that was just, I hated to see that. Any kind of update on what the rest of the season might look like for him?
I haven't gotten an update on that. And, I get the same updates as everybody else in the media. We get an email. It's, from what I understand, it's not serious, but it also, your shoulder, luckily it's not the same shoulder that was surgically repaired in the off season. It's basically like, it's a contusion or, kind of like a strain or whatever terminology you want to link to it. And it's just a matter of, how quickly he can progress through, kind of the rehab part of it. But gosh, he's on the injury report tonight. He's out. I'm not quite sure what the time frame is going to look like, but this medical staff is really good. You look at Domas and his couple injuries. He came back really fast from that hamstring. He came back really fast from the ankle injury. Like, they put in a lot of time, a lot of work in their rehab, and that helps, so hopefully we'll see Devin back soon.
That's Katie Christensen, one of the famous people in her household. You can check her out tonight on the call. Still you and Mark, I assume, on the call tonight, I believe?
Tonight is Kyle.
Oh, it is Kyle tonight. Oh, wow.
He's had to bounce
back.
Oh,
Tonight is Kyle.
Kyle had to go out there.
Yeah, tonight is Kyle, then Charlotte is Mark, and then Kyle does the last two on the trip.
I hope Kyle gets
they're kind of all over the place.
I hope he gets to stay out there for the Charlotte game.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He's staying. He's actually gonna, his family's in Philly, so he took one game off. His parents are here, and he's gonna go home to Philly and see his family, and then meet us in Cleveland.
Awesome. All right, we'll have a great call tonight. Hopefully we get the W. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you need to know about Kyle or Mark's schedule? I handle both of them, so just hit me up. I'll have the info for you.
Don't forget, you're your husband's press agent. You're basically working for a lot of people.
Oh my gosh. Poor guy. You can't rely on me for that.
Hey, you know what, Katie? Bottom line is this. You're okay too.
Thanks, Dave. I was really worried about it.
Oh, say happy birthday to my dad. It's his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, it's his birthday today. So he loves you. He'll love to hear that. So
all right. Well, you guys have a good day.
See you.
Thanks, you too.
Dad loves Katie. We'll take a break. When we come back, final thoughts on tonight. And we'll take a look at the standings as well before we get to what to watch. And crosstalk with Alan Stiles. And I have something for him too. I saw him driving up and I have thoughts. I'll explain those at the end of the show. We'll get to standings watch next.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Taking a look at the Sacktown Sports weather. Hey, 64 and sunny today. That's it's getting a little closer to where you want, Jason.
Yeah.
66 tomorrow. What a weekend. 72 and sunny on
How
Friday.
about that?
They say 72 is the most popular temperature for people,
Okay.
like overall.
Yeah. Is that for home or outside?
Yes. Partly cloudy on Saturday and Sunday, highs of 74.
Beautiful.
And then looking ahead to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week, 80, 82, 80.
Awesome.
Getting a little,
80's not bad.
let's keep it in. It's not bad. Let's keep
I mean,
it in.
80 if you're standing in the sun
Yeah.
constantly, sure. But like the warmth outside will feel good. You get any kind of shade, you're like, I'm in good shape.
I'm just saying we're just starting April. Let's
It is spring.
Let's keep it in the 70s.
Okay.
Please.
Let's just keep it in the 70s. I don't need to see one of those 21 straight days of 100-degree weathers this summer.
Well, I don't think we're quite there yet. It's also you've had about 4 months of pretty good sub 70s.
Yes. And it's going away.
Yeah.
We're in the bad time right now.
Okay.
We're in the
I needed like a solid January of like 63 and overcast.
Thank you.
Well, you had probably cooler than that and overcast.
No, it was like cold and sunny. Ugh.
A lot of cold and sunny.
You guys are so.
No, we need a little more
particular.
beret. A little more UK weather, if you will.
Exactly.
You need to move to San Diego.
Yeah.
Oceanside
I'm
is like perfect
I
weather
like
for
the-
me.
Yeah, in the mornings, but then it clears up. No, I'm more. He can go to San Diego. I'm like the one guy in the world that actually would not. I'm fine with San Diego, but I actually prefer. Give me the Puget Sound weather.
Oh, Bodega Bay is the best.
Yeah, no, Northern California. Yeah, absolutely. Give me Manchester Beach. Give me Walla. Give me
Can you go in the water?
What?
Can you go in the water?
Sure.
Do people go in the water?
No. Albion, Elko. No, wait, that's Nevada. Elk. All those places. You ever been up there, that part of the woods? That part of the country? Oh, Jason Ross.
Newport.
That's down south.
I know.
Yeah, you're in Southern California. Who wants to go there? Come on.
Beautiful beaches.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sun.
There's that one.
Fun.
There's that one neck between LA and San Diego, which
Newport.
what like Cardiff. Yeah, Newport, Cardiff by the Sea. What's that one? Rancho Palos Verdes.
Yeah, Palos Verdes.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
Dana Hills.
Santa Barbara's north. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just keep me out of LA. All things LA. I don't want to. Although
it's Orange County.
It is Orange County.
Not LA.
And I may be spending a lot more time down there soon. Just a matter of will I be in the Bel Air area or will I be in the? I don't even know where the other place is. Where is USC?
Not there.
No. Is USC in a bad part of town?
They've done a much better. I have to admit that they've done a much better job of that.
Is it like how Inglewood doesn't look like Inglewood anymore?
Yeah, it's really close to all.
Always up to no good.
What?
Inglewood's always up to no good.
Yeah, aren't they? Final thoughts.
Yeah, and even Hollywood.
Kings and Wizards tonight.
Must win.
Must win. Yeah, they got to win this one.
I hate these games. This one particular because let's take the different scenarios. Win by the cover, like we talked about, 12 and a half. 15-point win.
Yes.
Oh, that's the Wizards. Win by 4.
Right.
You only beat the Wizards by 4.
Yeah.
You lose. I hate this team.
Yep.
They're awful. They're broken.
I mean, I'll hate this team no matter what.
It's really not a. I mean, you can literally win the game. I don't know. Like, do you think they could play so well that we'll be like, wow, what a win? Or are we already just down on it because they're playing the Wizards?
There's no what a win.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to, even if they won.
Played great the other day against the Blazers.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it's Portland.
I mean, it would have to be like the Indiana game the other night when Indiana beat them by like 60.
Okay.
And it would have to just basically be like
record setting.
Zach LaVine slam dunk contest part 3.
Okay.
And Sabonis hits 5 threes and has a Jokic night.
Okay.
And then Keegan Murray goes for 50. Then maybe be like, even then I think we'd be like, hey, that was entertaining. Look, Jason, how funny is this look on the YouTube channel?
I know, but I just went low.
We look so stupid on the YouTube video. It's hilarious. I lowered my chair like all the way to the ground.
I just went all the way to
and
the
now
ground,
you did too.
Let's see how the change out.
You're still taller than me, but we're such idiots. Oh, we're just.
You doing a Nick Cattles impersonation?
Is this how we would do it? But you had to have the camera down a little bit. Well, actually, this is like natural height for Nick.
Watch it.
I said one time when he was on there, I'm like, it looks like we're making fun of him.
Right? Kinda. Was that the one where he was wearing a hat?
No.
Yes.
No.
Which one?
The one show where he wore a hat.
I think it's just the one.
Just the one. Yeah, there's really this is like one of them no-win games.
Yeah, it's a must-win but can't win.
Because even if they win, it's like, well, they should have.
Right.
And then if they don't win, I hate this team.
Yeah.
And if they don't win by 40, it's like the Wizards had you guys stressed a little bit.
Trying to get to the play-in, and
right?
You're not gonna be able to beat Dallas if you. Yeah.
There's gonna need to be some sort of a NBA record tonight. That would do it. You know what? But in the end, if and when they win tonight, we're gonna come in tomorrow and say, hey, you know what? Say what you want, but how many teams have they lost to that they should have beaten? And you got to play who's in front of you.
Right.
And that's it. We figured out, we think 2 wins out of their final games, 2 wins will almost certainly clinch at least the 10 seed.
And by who they're playing, they may have this by Friday night.
That's actually true.
And I think by Friday night is also when Phoenix plays Boston. So let's just take that, for example. The lead is 1.5 right now, I believe.
Yes.
If the Kings win tonight, it's 2.
Yes.
If the Kings beat the Hornets and Boston beats the Suns on Friday, it's 3 with like 4 to go.
That's effectively it
for Phoenix. Kings have 5 games after that.
We have minor breaking news of the NBA.
Play it low.
Just
when it breaks, we have it.
Just minor. This is fun. Well, from now on, you need to refer to him as Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony, as he has been informed that he has been elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2025, 10 All-Star appearances, 6 All-NBA teams, and 19 seasons to go along with 3 Olympic gold medals for Team USA. Also, if I remember correctly, as a young baby-faced freshman at Syracuse, they did quite well.
Yes. Definitely a basketball Hall of Famer. Easy choice.
100%.
Yep.
First ballot, Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famer. Good for him. Carmelo Anthony, when we get closer to Springfield and all that, where this summer we'll do, what is that, August? Somewhere like that. We'll do it. I think Carmelo Anthony actually had a fascinating career. He's like, I think Carmelo Anthony is one of the few people that is simultaneously under and overrated.
Yeah, he's the one. So like, I'm trying to stay away from ring culture, but like, does it land differently if he has 2 titles, let's say? Like, are we putting him in a different stratosphere where it's like, he's great. He checks all the boxes. He won a lot, won Olympics, won college, won in the NBA, not the title, but scoring title. One of the great scorers, tough guy to defend, faces of franchises.
Underrated rebounder. Sorry if you said that. Did you say that? No. Okay.
He's an underrated rebounder.
But then you look at like how Denver did after they traded him, and they were amazing. And then there was the whole like, well, Melo's going to get his. Yeah. So there was just, him and George Karl famously have gone at it forever, which I tend to side with Carmelo on that one. But also one thing, and again, we'll do this at length this summer, but one thing about Carmelo Anthony is it's like Iverson. He is a player's player. You hear other NBA players revere him, like absolutely worship him. There's the MJs and there are the Kobes that are on tier 1 for NBA players to talk about. I think Carmelo is firmly on tier 2, where they all believe that he's underrated as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, what to watch, including the final game of the series, the Cubs and the A's. Hopefully, Sacramento can get its first home win ever. We'll talk about all that next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Still haven't filed your taxes? You're not alone. Certified public accountant and Intuit TurboTax expert Lisa Green-Lewis shares why you should file now.
You may be delaying your filing due to confusion around IRS layoffs and uncertainty around new tax proposals. These will not impact your 2024 taxes you're filing now. The IRS will maintain essential operations throughout tax season, so don't wait to get your refund.
Need help? With TurboTax, you can easily and accurately file on your own. Or if you'd rather leave it to the pros, TurboTax Live full-service experts are available to handle everything from start to finish.
TurboTax provides a fast and stress-free experience and will help you file your taxes with 100% accuracy guaranteed. Whether you want to file yourself or have a tax expert prepare and file your taxes for you. Thousands of TurboTax Live experts are available now to do your taxes virtually or in person.
File today at TurboTax.com. Fast, easy, and stress-free.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents. Their love language was verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, for the A's to have any chance of contending this year, it will start with starting pitching. And besides the tough outing by Joey Estes in the home opener, and looking back at the Seattle series and led by offseason acquisitions Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs, the A's starters went 23 2/3 innings. They allowed just 14 hits and 3 earned runs. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibility.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
If you've always wanted to be a part of that Jeep life, there's no better time than now than the 2025 Jeep Wrangler. And no one has a better selection than Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Jeep Wrangler has been unmatched in off-road capability for over 80 years. But being a Jeep owner, it's so much more than the performance on and off the road. It's a lifestyle. It's camaraderie. It's the versatility and the customization. The new Jeep Wrangler, it's better than ever. And you won't be able to find a better car buying experience or selection than at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Linking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Kings Wizards tonight, 4 p.m. Remember, early tip. Right here on Sacktown Sports. The legendary Gary Gerald on the call. Assisted by the legendary Jason Ross on the call. If you're lucky, you may say your name tonight.
If I'm lucky.
Look out and listen for that Jiffy Lube Drive of the Game. You could win a $100 gift certificate on this program tomorrow.
Yes.
Also, Hawks at Mavericks.
Go Hawks.
This is interesting, actually. I'm not even going to look yet. I don't know. Hawks at Mavericks.
Probably the same record.
Who is favored and by how much?
I'm going to go Dallas by 2.5.
Chris.
Even.
Yeah, I'm just.
What did he say? Even?
Even.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Hawks by half.
One of us will be right.
All right, let's see here. NBA about boop. All right. We do not have a correct answer. Dallas is favored by 3.5. Wow. Okay. 3.5. Good game tonight, by the way. Nothing for us to care about, but I'm actually looking forward to Pistons Thunder. I'm trying to think, are there suspended Pistons in that game, or there are? Oh, well, that's probably why Oklahoma City is favored by 13.5. There you go.
Or they beat everybody by 30.
That's a good point.
Look at what's Detroit's record?
42-33.
That's good.
That's
what's OKC's record?
63-12.
Come on, they should be favored by everybody by 10 points.
They are only 33-5 at home.
Struggle. Maybe it would be better to have to go there as the 8th seed. Win the first two.
I'm going to throw.
What would happen? Like the world would come to an everyone would finally be talking about the Kings, right?
Would you accept this?
Yeah.
As we started this already. Oh, get in, beat the Thunder first two.
Yeah.
Come home and lose the next two.
Okay.
Win game 5. So you've won everything in OKC.
Lose 6 and 7.
But that's the
I probably would, just because
4-0.
Yeah, yes. It would hurt more in the end. It would.
3 home losses.
It would hurt more in the end. It would, and you'd have 3 home losses, but there'd be some really good times.
3 road wins.
There'd be I'll tell you this much: we'd have a lot of YouTube viewers for a couple of those shows. Guys, I love this time of year. I just want to. We don't normally do this. I do want to roll through a couple with you. Indiana hosts the Hornets tonight. Chris, who's favored by how much?
Indiana hosts the Hornets?
Yes.
Indiana.
Play along at home.
14.5.
Jason, is that what you were going to say?
I'm going to say stay that number. That's what I had in my head.
We have a correct answer. You both nailed it. Yes, the Pacers are favored by. All right, here's the game of the night, 4 p.m. Other than, of course, Kings and Wizards. The Knicks visit the Cavs. Who's favored, but by how much?
Cavs 6.5.
Cavs 7.5.
We do not have a correct answer. Chris is closest. The Cavs by 11.5.
What?
Yeah. I think no Jalen Brunson, but yeah. A couple more here that caught my eye. Okay, Rockets hosting the Jazz. I'm not even going to ask who's favored.
Rockets 12.5.
Rockets 15.5.
Rockets 16.
Sheesh.
And a half. And finally, Clippers hosting the Pelicans, who I will be seeing at Smoothie King Arena a week from this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're catching that as we land.
Clippers 10.5.
Clippers 14.5.
We do not have a correct answer, but we do have the largest line of the night. Clippers by 17.5. Remember when the Pelicans beat the Kings 9 times last year?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 21-54. They're a real interesting thing, because this is a team that's absolutely terrible. But if a couple of things go right for them, mainly they get healthy,
Mm-hmm.
they are set to have, if nothing else moves, the number 4 pick in the draft this year. But no one's talking about them moving up to number 1. This is a team that is so poised. Again, they're going to have to catch some breaks health-wise. But could you imagine if Zion played 70 games next year? They got healthy. This is a team that literally could go from the number 4 pick in the draft to, I don't want to say winning the West, but they could absolutely be a top 3 team in the West.
Yeah, like if they got Cooper Flag.
I mean,
You're not even saying
I'm
that.
saying right now, they've got Jose Alvarado, CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, Yves Missi, who's awesome, who's a really, really good young up-and-coming player. Bruce Brown.
Trey Murphy, Herb Jones.
Right. Kelly Olynyk.
Murray.
DeJounte Murray. Like, they've got
I thought they were going to be really good this year.
Same. And I'm saying if they get everybody back, nobody's going to be completely healthy. But if they were relatively healthy, then who the hell knows what they're going to pick in the draft this year? Mm-hmm. That's one of those things where we might look back on the Pelicans in a couple of years and go, really? They got them?
Yeah, I think they're going to be Memphis from this year.
Yeah, I
Memphis
think you
was hurt last year and they jumped right back.
That's actually a really, really, really good comparison. All right. Giants and Astros. Giants 4-1. Are they looking for the sweeperoni? Is that a sweeperoni?
I believe so.
I believe it is, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And Cubs and A's. Day game.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful day to go to a ball game.
Yes.
I'll bet you there will be a very, very, very nice crowd out there.
I agree.
Especially for a daytime baseball game.
Yes.
So we look forward to it. You know what? Honestly, let's see. That's a 12:35 start, I believe. Okay. So you go 12:35, 3-hour game, let's say, probably a little less. That takes you to 3:35. Get up, maybe go potty, get a snack, sit back down. Kings Wizards.
Yeah. And we're 1 week away from people being able to do both. It's A's and Padres next Wednesday, followed by Kings and Nuggets at Golden One Center.
And by the way, if you really want to go crazy today, you've got the A's at 12:35. You have the Giants at 1:10. Then you have the Kings and Wizards. Yeah. And then I'm sure there's something that matters. Well, Braves, Dodgers at 5:38, whatever. What would be your 7 o'clock sort of, I don't know, Pistons, Thunder? Every game after 6 is a stinker, really.
Maybe you just take your break then.
Maybe that's when you take your break.
You get a seat at the game today for $28 on StubHub.
You know what? Again, I'll say it again. If your work allows it, if your kid's school allows it, great day to play hooky.
Yeah.
Go catch a ball game.
I mean, you could be behind home plate, row 29 for $45.
You're kidding me. Dude, people have to be losing money. Like, because wasn't the average price like $118 or something?
Yeah.
Game 3 and it's 40-something bucks behind home plate. Egads. Is that for a pair?
Each.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can get a pair off of that. So under $100, you're sitting behind home plate. Man, if I wasn't such a white knighting virtue signaler, I might go to one of them. All right, we'll take a break. Hey, when we come
back, we should do, you and me, since we're both like that, we should take the money we would have spent and put it like in a savings account.
What about this? Let me ask you this: Would it be too ding dongly for you and I maybe go to one of those behind home plate, but we wear our cell shirts so that way we can feel ethically okay? That's something to think. We're going for the cause.
They're already bought. These are on StubHub. This is
right.
We're not giving him any more money.
We're not giving him any more money. We are going for the cause. When we come back, Alan Styles celebrity birthdays next.
Tonight, Kings and Wizards. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 2:30. Tip-off at 4. Your exclusive home for the Sacramento Kings is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet?
RV wins!
Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach?
RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill?
When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular to get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Testing.
We are live from Chick-fil-A.
This is Grant.
And this is Laura.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that sweet bun.
And that chicken filet was perfectly crispy and soft at the same time.
And that Smokehouse Barbecue sauce, it's a lot of fun. And the brown sugar bacon definitely had a little bit more pizzazz. Also, the mac, one of the all-time greats. Man, I'm getting hungry.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and a Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is what makes us different from other law firms. At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether we need to file suit, or even take it all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to you and your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve. If you have an injury, just call Gingery.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Your one-stop Honda shop.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Everybody, Alan's in here. Dave's not in here. Chris is here. Kyle's here. Alan's here. There's Dave.
I guess we'll do crosstalk.
I guess. Because you said you had something for Alan.
I do.
Yeah. What is it?
I do have something for Alan. So I was outside going to my car.
Yeah.
When Alan was pulling up.
In his car.
Yeah. And funny enough, he had our boss, Jose, behind him.
Oh, traffic jam.
I don't know if he knew that or not, but he did. And Alan took like an hour to get in the gate. He kept putting in the...
Oh, was this
putting in the code. Wasn't working. Finally he gets in. Jose and I exchanged rolling eyes.
Yeah.
Fair. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pound. No.
So close.
And as Alan was walking or driving by, I just simply looked at him and I held up a key card and I just looked at him. Why do you not have one? Do I need to?
I do. That's how I got in.
Why were you using the code?
I don't know. Because I always use the code.
You have a card.
Yeah.
You hold the card against the thing with the numbers.
Yeah, but it's in my wallet.
And it goes.
Wallet's in my pocket.
It goes beep.
Yeah,
and then you're in.
Pocket.
But you do that process to get in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why not?
But
have
you
the
have
card
to
out?
get in the building.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
why not just whip out the card in the car?
And then you have the card loose out of the wallet.
I'm with
You can't use the card for the first gate.
Do you have a remote for the first gate?
Isn't the first gate open?
No.
Oh, that's why I was going around to the
So
other
I just
gate.
go code.
It's a one gate thing. I'm the one that goes around this to the other gate.
I'm with you, Alan. I use the code.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who are these people?
I don't know. Some people have like clickers.
I have a clicker for
You
the
have that?
first gate.
Wow, must be nice.
Yeah, I don't have a clicker.
I don't think this is some sort of exclusive thing. I think it's
well, none of us have it.
well, it's a highly, highly complicated process. You go down the steps and you go into the engineer's office and you say, "Can I have a clicker?"
I'm not
Well,
doing
when
that.
we first got that gate, they said, "Hey, we can't give them to everybody."
Yeah,
I like the other gate. It's one step. There's only one gate.
that's true.
That is true.
back
I mean,
gate?
that is actually
Yeah,
Jason
yeah,
goes
back
in the
gate.
back door of the other
I
side.
was
parking
doing
spot.
that for a while, and then I stopped.
I don't like
Just
it.
code it up.
I don't like going to the back part of the
And
building.
it makes me feel like I'm Nicolas Cage.
Do you want me to help you get? Would you like me to put in a request for clickers? For you
I don't
guys?
need a clicker.
No.
I got the code,
I don't want
Okay, I mean, I'm just saying it's raining. You stick your hand out, you're like,
and I got a card.
All right. I mean, I'm not just thinking of you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of those behind you
Hmm.
that are trying to get to work, and you're. It was a
Were you
line out
just
the door.
misfiring on the code or what?
Yeah, I misfired once, and it wouldn't reset.
It's 0000, Alan. I shouldn't have said that out
Four of
loud.
them?
4 of them.
So it wasn't working, but we got in. I got the card. I got a card.
Okay. That you're sticking with that, right?
Yes, I am.
By the way you were saying no, no. Have you seen those things on those videos where the guy's teaching himself English? And he's like, okay, WOM, what is that? Womb. Yes. Okay, COMB.
Yeah.
What is that? Comb? No. Comb. English really is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrity birthdays aren't, though. And they're brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Good to see you at the party yesterday. Glad that you could make it.
Yes.
Did you replay all the interviews like we talked about?
We did.
All
We
right.
did. Great. They were great.
Did you enjoy the food?
Very good.
You know, the engineers used a Traeger for the very first time. They're very anti-Traeger. Just want everybody to know that.
Why were they?
Because it's the right way to do it, the tasty way to do it.
Where did the food go?
There
was a lot left.
I took a good bit home.
somebody.
Where's the food, dude?
Well, whenever I think of leftovers, I think of one guy. Kyle, take any food home? Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Hey, those on the cupcakes, the golf balls.
Yeah.
I almost died.
Why?
Those pearls were not edible.
Oh, they were.
I almost cracked my tooth. Were they edible or not?
I don't know. I didn't have one.
Oh wow, I didn't either. Yeah, I don't eat that kind of stuff.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that's really hard.
It's a jawbreaker.
So I almost went down.
Wow.
I think Kyle just ate it.
Also,
I'm sure he did.
I enjoyed your speech, by the way. Good job. Way to thank the boss.
I thought about it, but everyone was talking about 15, 10 years.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right.
Well, that's where you roll in with the hey. I haven't known you as long as anybody here, but you've made a mark.
I had to get back to the show.
Aha.
But get back to his food.
That's right.
Jason Ross, celebrity birthday.
Okay.
Brought to you by Crumble Cookie.
Happy birthday first to your dad. It's your dad's birthday.
Oh, he's gonna hate this, but go ahead, everybody. I will give the correct answer.
Well, I have no clue.
That's all right.
Well, I don't know how old Dave is, so.
No, that's gonna stay that way. I am 34.
Dave is, I don't know, 74?
Okay.
78.
Oh, I guess I get to guess.
Yeah.
I'll
bet you you're the closest. I'm just
I
kidding.
think you've said 81.
We do not have a correct answer. My mom and dad raised German Shepherds for 11 years before they had children. My father turns 82 today. Jason, though, circle gets a square.
Forgot about the leap year.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Dad. Love you.
Happy birthday to Pedro Pascal.
The mannequin.
Now, here's one of these guys that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's in those Corona commercials now. Pedro Pascal, watch, he's going to 56.
Let's think about these actors. You could blossom late. 52.
48.
52, 48. What was your guess, Dave?
56.
We have a tie between Alan and Chris. He is 50.
Hey!
Pedro Pascal to Pascal Siakam.
By the way, just to give you a hint, Pedro Pascal older than me. That's a fact. Who was your guess?
Pedro Pascal to Pascal Siakam.
Pedro Pascal Siakam's razor. Pascal Siakam is he's actually 30 today.
Might be spot on. 29.
31.
We have a correct answer. It goes to Chris Berlod, 31.
Wow.
Oh, he's old.
Andres Biedrins, Warrior legend.
44? Please don't be older than that.
43.
46.
We're in the wrong decade. 39.
Sorry.
Still should be playing.
Didn't he, wasn't that thing he threw Steph Curry his first assist?
Yeah.
Yeah, or something like that.
You usually throw an assist.
Passed, shot.
Bill Romanowski. Guess what?
William Rowe is
Will Rowe.
Willie Rowe.
Former co-host of Jason Ross.
62?
63.
64.
Wrong decade. 59.
Ha-ha!
Oh.
Suckers. Yeah.
But he's got a brain of the 87-year-old.
Wow.
Well, JJ Stokes ain't a fan, that's for sure.
Yep.
What's happened on the show today?
Yeah, just a lot of good basketball being played last night, and it made me wonder, what are the Kings actually doing? And Frankie had a really good poll question. Do you want the Kings to make the play-in?
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
That's a really great poll question. If only somebody else had asked it.
Well, and would losing in the first round be viewed as a success? So we're going to break all that down.
All right. As we go, can I ask you a question that you answer on your show?
Sure.
Okay. Nikola Jokic, 61 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds last night. The second best game in the NBA yesterday. We'll get your answer if you agree or disagree. Alan Styles coming up next.
Tonight,